guys.
What?
That was
perfect. I had to go out.
I'm about to order some food myself.
Okay, go get your food. All right, yeah. Anyway, we've been live, I think, for a bit now. So, what's up, everybody? Hold up. Okay, yeah. What's up, everybody? OJ here. Welcome back to another stream, another PE podcast. We're at episode number 89, coming up on the big 100. That I will be doing nothing special for that. So, looking forward to that, guys. And we got a nice cast of people here today, man. We got a nice cast of people here. I'm here to talk about a bunch of different stuff. We got a guest too. We got our guest, a longtime friend of the channel, Isaiah Triforce Johnson is here as our guest. Isaiah, how you doing? Or Triforce, I should just say. How you doing, man?
Yeah, what's going on, man? I'm glad to be here. I've always known about your podcast. I always miss it, and I'm like, this is a guy called Jarion. He's like, will you please get on the damn podcast? And I'm like, okay. And then when I heard the topics you had today, I was like, I'm in there. So yeah.
All right, sounds good. I don't know if you remember Triforce, but I think it was E3 2014.
After
I met you briefly.
Yes, because I went to E3 with Abdallah, and so I did meet you there. I forgot about that.
And you brushed me off.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
No, you actually did.
How did I brush you off?
How you gonna say that? How you gonna say that live though?
No.
I had to save it. I've talked with Triforce many times before, but I had to save it for right now.
But it's all right. So the context.
We just started.
A lot of people approach me. So if there's multiple people talking to me, or I'm doing something at one time, I always tell myself that no matter who approaches you, you have to always make time to at least say hello and goodbye, and at least go and let them know. 'Cause I don't know if player, you've met Reggie in person, so you know he goes through the same thing. There are people, everyone's trying to get his attention. There's no way possible for him to give everyone's attention, but he'll let them at least know, wave, hi, bye, I'm busy, I gotta go, and that's the context of it. But I didn't blow you off. I don't like doing that because I wouldn't want anyone to do that to me.
I'm just messing around. It was like you definitely were busy though. You were definitely going to go do something, so you didn't have time to talk to me because you were going to go.
It's
but
usually like that, and
I'm just joking around. I'm just joking, but good to have you on, Triforce. And by the way, I'm being a douchebag because I've had Triforce on the show a couple times and never mentioned it, so I'm literally just being a douchebag, guys. All right, next up is Shadow Fox. Shadow Fox, how you doing today, my man?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Triforce, a lovely memory. It was almost like a 4-hour long podcast we did with Jamie Butterworth back in the day, in the old school YouTube day. We were cursing out Michael Pachter about all kind of things. it was amazing. That's how you know
it's old school YouTube. Y'all talking about Michael Pachter.
Oh God, we were dragging him back and forth, and he saw some of the things on there. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go type. I'm gonna get him right now." It was amazing. It was great times, man. So good to see you again. And let's do it.
To be back.
One step in the game.
All right, sounds good. Then right below him is we got I think we're gonna go VC. VC, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good. I've been doing a lot of live streams, a lot of content, a Sony pony with 60 followers on Twitter for 7 days because they couldn't handle that Horizon Zero Dawn's on PC. That's how people are, man. They just can't handle the truth.
Dude.
Aside from that, thing's been
I'm
pretty
so
good.
I'm so happy you got banned for 7 days, VC. I'm actually legit happy. You know why? Because I thrive in other people's misery. Because when I get banned, I'm happy that I get banned from Twitter too, and
you were banned from YouTube for 3 months. How happy was that?
Yeah, exactly.
Bank account, huh?
I get banned all the time, so when other people get banned, I'm okay.
Yeah,
good.
Usually I'm the one that's able to just be like, quick report, they're gone off the net forever. Like that's usually how quick I am with it.
Banned.
I was like too quick.
But no, good to see you here, man. Also Abaddon is here as well. Abaddon, what's up, man? How you doing tonight?
What's going on, y'all? First time meeting Triforce, and I've never been banned, so I have the best record here.
Knock on wood.
There's a first time for everything, my friend. You'll slip up.
It's coming.
It's coming. It's natural. Yeah. If your skin color doesn't get you, something you'll say will get you. It's one of the two. One of the two is gonna get you at some point. You know how it is.
I mean,
I'm just messing around. Kind of. Baron's also here too. So Baron, he's getting some food from.
he's back.
No, I'm back. I'm back, bro.
Okay, Baron's here. Baron, how you doing tonight, my man?
Doing. I was doing good. To
All the CV stuff.
Yeah, that Rona.
Well, I can't wait
Rona.
till we talk about that tweet that you saw, Baron. I'm so hyped. I'm so happy now. Y'all know what?
I'm doing all right, but
I'm not sure if that
ND
proves what
tweet.
you were saying, VC, but okay.
I don't know what tweet he talking about right now.
Oh man.
The whole-
But this should be
Ooh.
this should be an interesting podcast. You know what I mean? Well, here's the thing. I would get on camera, but I don't think y'all want to watch me stuff my face with vegan people.
I'm gonna.
How would anyone even know you have vegan pizza?
Because I always order it, and they'd be like, I was trying to put people on game. Vegan pizza is the greatest thing y'all have never bought.
I've had it before.
I've had it before. It's
So
good.
I've tried it before.
I haven't.
Food.
So good.
It's
bro.
a-
I like regular pizza more, but it's good.
Yeah.
What toppings are on this vegan pizza?
Oh no, I just got the plain cheese, vegan cheese. Beautiful.
No veggies on the pizza though. Like
I got spinach. No, I'm
spinach is
spinach.
good. Spinach is
Yeah.
good.
Spinach
I like
and vegan cheese is good.
Yeah.
That does sound good actually.
Yeah.
But
That's
I'm ready.
low-key
I'm
one of the
ready.
best
You know what I
toppings,
mean? I'm ready
I'm
to go in.
getting some Alfredo. So
I'm ready to go in on Neil Druckmann and his treatment of his employee. Ready to go in on that. Ready to go in on why we ain't got this direct.
Well,
I'm ready to go in on people who are actually excited for that boring ass Animal Crossing. I'm ready to go in on everything.
Whoa. Okay. This gonna be a problem. This gonna be a problem.
Well, let's first start with
problem.
Let's first start with the big problem that's been going around the world, and that is the CV-19 that's been going around, the virus, and that's pretty much been canceling so many different things. We've had NBA season suspended, NHL suspended. We've had NCAA, one of the most greediest scamming organizations in the world, suspended in terms of things. We have all sorts of stuff just going down. Now we have gaming events suspended, Bit Summit suspended, or no, canceled. E3 canceled. Just all sorts of stuff canceled, suspended, left and right. So I wanted to get you guys' thoughts on how the CV is affecting the industry, the gaming industry. When do you guys think? I think this is. I mean, we all know. Obviously, we've all talked about it, but we all know that it's going around and it's affecting things. But when do you guys think this will be solved? I guess if we start with try first. When do you think things are going to get back to normal?
Well, because I have a better, that's going to come off too condescending. Based on my knowledge of the virus, it's a pandemic because there's no way to stop everyone from getting it. This whole quarantine stuff, and you can only reduce the amount, but it's going to take a while for the vaccine to be made. So until then, it's going to spread, and there's nothing anyone can really do about it. People should have stopped tampering with certain things, and but if they let it do its job and everyone just keep step their immune system game up, live a little bit more healthier, everything can go back to normal because they could deal with this as a case by case situation within at least 3 months. We can see things going back to normal. The more we try to run away from the virus, the longer it will take, because you're not giving your body the chance to, what's the word for this? To fight yes, because since Trump let the news out of the bag, I can say this without the black van being outside of my house, but it attacks the elderly and people who have respiratory or weak immune systems. So that's who the virus targets. The average person is basketball players have it. They're just going to recover. They have great health. They're just going to bounce back from it. A lot of people have it. They don't know they have it because they don't go test for it. First of all, it costs money to test for it, which is crazy. It's a pandemic, yet they're charging you to test for it. So this is what's holding the virus up from going through. Here in Jamaica, when we have the the Zigby virus and stuff like that, people, like we just said, all right, come bring it. Everyone got their yams up, their green banana, get the spirulina, the Cinco Bible. We go through our usual, the tried and tested African remedies, and it's like, and we just body it, and then we keep it moving. That's what's gonna happen here in Jamaica, because two people from the UK imported the virus here, you know, and so
Wow.
no, it's not a big deal. Like Jamaica always go through viruses all the time. The Caribbean always gets hit with this nonsense, and we just eat it, and then we keep it moving. So so for us, when we hear of the virus, or quote unquote, when African people globally hear of the virus, we roll our eyes. This is the first time since the Dark Ages or the Black Plague, since everybody else has heard of a pandemic. So that's why they're all frantic. But we are like, yo, anyone playing dominoes? And that's just really what it's going to be. So we're going to get through it fast. The rest of the world just needs to relax and just, just take it and stop complaining. I think it's a lack of the whole, oh my god, it's a pandemic. I think that's what's going to make this it's going to be longer than it needs to be.
Facts.
I agree.
I mean, yeah, I agree. The whole thing is sensationalism is profitable. So that's the only reason why the news companies are doing it the way they are, because there's profit, there's money to be made to do this. So when you look at it from that standpoint, it's like it's no secret why you're going to see this as bigger than what it really is. Whereas, as VC was mentioning before you even went live, more people died from the flu, like on record.
So a guy from a doctor, an actual doctor. I should have remembered his name. I posted it in my Discord. He went on a TV station and he was talking about it, and he just got pissed. He's like, what do you think the problem is? He's like, the problem is us, the media. We're exacerbating the issue, and we're making a big deal out of it. He's like, yesterday, the CDC reported 5,000 people died from the flu. No one's going crazy. They hear 3 people get the coronavirus in America. Everyone's pulling their hair out. And then he says, what people don't understand is that the recovery rate for the coronavirus is at 90%. The recovery rate is at 90%. Most of the deaths are due to people who have respiratory issues prior to the disease. Well, the virus just exacerbates the respiratory situation. So if you have a respiratory issues, it would be best for you to go in and check to get a test for the disease, because the faster you find out if you the virus, the faster you find out if you have it, the better you can prepare yourself to be able to fight it, rather than waiting for the coronavirus to just bam hit you, and then you have the respiratory issues anyway, so then like you're really not prepared. Everybody else, well, it's up to you. If you want to go test yourself, to go test it, fine, but like a person like me, I'm in great health. I'm not even going to even worry about it. Everyone's out here wearing masks, and like they don't even understand that you have to change the mask every hour and a half to 2 hours anyway. So it's the masks are pointless and all this other stuff. Like, look, the disease come. There's this Animaniacs cartoon.
He brought it back.
And when there's a part where Batman is standing there and he lifts up, Plucky, he lifts up his shirt. He's like, right here. So like, come get it. It's like we're laughing over here in Jamaica. Come get it.
Here's the thing, and I think that what you guys are saying, all of you guys are saying, yes, media, blah blah blah. I get that. But like I've stated before many different times, and I'll state this again, there is definitely an issue because it's elderly are being affected. They're accelerating their deaths. I mean, just because somebody has a respiratory issue doesn't mean that it's not an issue to make like a big deal. So it's a big problem. And also, if you look at like places like Italy's getting slammed. They're getting way more. I mean, it's pretty bad right there. I mean, because we're talking 1,000 deaths plus in Italy. They're on complete quarantine.
And I think that's why it's just a cesspool of them all being together, conjugating.
Now, see, this is it's going to be very difficult to kind of avoid talking about Dr. Sebi. But I'm going to try my best not to go there. But
oh Lord,
certain diets create environment in which viruses thrive on. Don't get Mark Triforce's word. Where's the wood? There's no wood in here. Okay, this is wood. Knock on wood. Knocked on wood. don't be surprised if France follows suit. There's a particular diet in Italy and a diet in France, which will be the breeding grounds for this virus. I'll leave it at that. People want to, I'm not going to put out any things that, just look it up. The type of foods that make it good for the virus to survive on.
Let me say something before. Let me.
No, I'm not going to move on to the topic. I was gonna enter and kind of like let someone else just speak just a bit. So Baron, go ahead and go.
Yeah. So now I know y'all crack on me whenever I bring up all this health stuff during the podcast, because I always throw it in there. But it's kind of funny how he's like echoing a lot of stuff I've been saying months on this podcast. It's hilarious.
Time out. When have we came against you? We always agree.
No, you haven't come against me. I'm talking about people specifically in the chat.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
A lot of people in the chat was just dismissing the stuff I was saying, and he's in here echoing all this stuff I've been saying. I said the real epidemic, okay, and it's hard to say this to on social media, so I refrain from it because people take it the wrong way. The real epidemic that I've been saying for the longest is the messed up way Americans eat. That's the real epidemic, because we are just continuously sickening our bodies with the way we eat every damn day.
The kinds of food too.
And it's the kinds of food that we do. And you know what I mean? And I would take you to this. This is in wrestling Twitter too. Everybody knows who Austin Aries is. Austin Aries put his take on it. It said the reason is, how we feed ourselves every day. This is why our immune systems are weak. I don't understand why Americans think the human body was designed to have all this help to function. You don't need a pill for every damn thing. Your body's supposed to be strong enough to be able to fight off infection. But everybody's immune system is so weak in America because we eat like shit. We don't work out. we don't really take care of ourselves. And the food pyramid they give us is the biggest blasphemy of bullshit I've ever seen in my life. I'm so glad.
Can you do me a favor? Can you look out your window? Just just saying. I'm trying to look.
No, but I've been saying this for the longest. I trust me, I was under the same hypnosis as every other American until I decided I was going to chase this wrestling thing and I was going to get myself into shape. And all the stuff that I discovered that I was doing that I thought was correct was absolutely wrong.
There's a lot of Americans that do, exercise.
No, we are one of the fattest countries in the world.
We are because of our diet. But let's not act like nobody knows about health here and nobody.
You got to understand, people turn the other cheek. They turn their ass to what people are trying to put them on game on. I don't understand. It kills me because I have friends and I have family that does this. Whenever they have a minor issue, it's like, well, I'm going to take a pill for it. Like, you know what I mean? I can't sleep. I'm going to take a pill. I got a backache. I'm going to take a pill. You know what I mean? I'm out of breath. I'm going to take a pill. I'm sleepy. I'm going to take it. You don't have to take a pill for every damn thing. That shit drives me crazy. It's like, I don't understand why people don't understand these chemicals are not supposed to be in your body. This is why when they make these commercials to you, listen up, everybody in the chat. This is why when they make these commercials to you, they tell you about all this positive stuff, and then the side effects are like, they don't want you to hear all that.
And they have the giant somebody smiling in fine print too.
It's like smiling the whole time.
People, all you got to use your common sense. How do you think humans survived before all this medication and big pharma? How did you think they survived? They survived off the planet.
All right, buddy.
Crazy.
I'm going to need you to stop. I'm going to read.
Wait, hold on.
You're over here talking about common sense. You cannot do that. Stop that.
We're gonna let VC kind of hop in. What's your thoughts on this so far, man?
Well,
let me ask this. When do you think nobody's answered this question yet? Everyone's just been kind of popping off on this because I understand you guys want to talk about it. But VC, when do you think things are going to get back to normal? When do you think things are going to get back to normal? How about that? Can you answer that question?
As most of us may know, if you pay attention to any form of the news, this all started in China back in late November, early December, and they're just starting to not have the peak area of people getting sick from it. They're starting to get less people sick at the moment in China. So my theory is that it took them about 3 to 4 months finally start having a downward trend of people getting sick. So logically, around June to July, we should be good.
Oh well, that's evil. It's gone.
Oh yeah,
Well,
definitely.
okay.
Definitely. Too many games is probably gone too. I hope not. But
let me just VC, you have anything you want to say?
well, honestly, aside from that, I do want to mention that as I've said a month ago, the Nintendo Direct was delayed, and the Lego Nintendo thing was a hint to that. And now they have someone at Nintendo that's sick with the coronavirus. So now many people there are in quarantine now because of it. So if they don't have the Direct finished now, it's not getting finished, in
All
my
right.
opinion, because you need multiple people to come together to make it. It's not just one person by computer.
Well, the way that the directs are done is that footage is that's a good
sent from
point.
all people too.
Yeah, footage is captured. Usually, Nintendo of America will capture it from the American version, or sometimes, depending on the game, it can be the Japanese version. If Nintendo's in the final stages of production, pretty much everything that they're going to put into it in terms of games, they probably get that stuff done. Usually, they're waiting for third-party developers to send them things as well in terms of it. So, if they're in the final stages of production for putting it together, it's probably they've already got all the footage. What it is that it's just editing. They've got it because those things take. I don't even want to know how long those things take to edit. I'm like
Probably
shivering. They
Knowing
probably
how
take
to customize it and all that.
Yeah, they probably
Which
take at
order.
least. I mean, in terms of just manpower hours work, I'm guessing it's one editor or a couple editors. Maybe I think it might just be one editor. I mean, I'm guessing it takes them at least about a good month or so to get that edited and get it ready and get everything, all the footage they need and everything like that. So chances are they're still going to have it. It's just editing needs to just be finished up, or maybe if they're going to add like an extra trailer, because it's just B-roll trailers too, you know. And it's always in Japan, so like the people in Japan are always, you know, are the ones who are doing the actual speaking, you know.
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah,
But,
so
and
I
also
think
a lot of other things have been canceled because of the coronavirus too. Getting off from Nintendo, NBA, NHL, Baron, WrestleMania possibly, like
Olympics is canceled, guaranteed.
Olympics. Yep. Yeah. I
yeah,
can believe
you
that.
got to cancel the Olympics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
I don't know.
aside from that, that's about it. That's about everything. And Corona, the drink Corona, is like gonna be out of business in like a week now.
Apparently, some people are buying them to set there's been a little bit more support to buy them because of how much stupidity that's been going around with that.
Same
They
goes
got it-
for
they got it in
Asian
brand.
restaurants too. Asian restaurants are also getting hit
Dude,
really bad right now.
Asian
guys.
restaurants are
Like-
getting slammed here in the Central Valley, dude. It's pretty racist.
Yeah,
I'll be honest.
I
it's
still
pretty bad.
support.
Complete
I
xenophobia going
Yeah.
on right
Yeah,
now.
and
It's
I need before they close. We have an East Japanese restaurant here in Jamaica. We need to go there while the sushi is cheap. We in there.
yeah, while the sushi doesn't have plastic in it from the ocean.
Yeah. Well, I eat
You eat
vegetable.
that
I eat
too.
vegetable rolls. I don't eat the fish rolls
Oh,
anymore.
nice,
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, I eat all the fish rolls. That's my. I get the tempura. I get the lobster. I get the spicy crab.
Oh man.
Oh, you got money.
Remember the scenario I mentioned?
Didn't that dude spend $600 on the dinner?
And that was just for a date. That doesn't include regular times I go out.
All right. Well, what about you, Shadow? What's Shadow Fox's thoughts?
That
on
could
this,
have been
man?
a good
All right, did I
segue
already
into
go to
another
Shadow Fox,
topic.
or did I go to Shadow
Definitely
Fox,
could've.
or did I go to Abaddon? Abaddon and Shadow Fox. You guys both of you guys give your thoughts, whatever.
So, I think it'll probably fill itself out by summertime. But I guess what most people don't know is that coronavirus is a nomenclature. It's a family. It's not. If you remember SARS and MERS, they were spread by coronaviruses. They're just a type. They're a type of is defined by its shape, basically. So what we're worried about right now, this version 19 or what have you is also called the novel coronavirus, and it's just the only issue is versus any of the other ones that have been going around before is this one was previously unidentified. That's the only issue.
Oh,
Nobody's charted it. Nobody's created nobody's reverse engineered it yet as far as coming up with some type of I can't think of it. I keep wanting to say serum. It's not a serum, just a vaccine, either live or dead. So
but
and of course there's some companies trying to make it for profit right now. I'm pretty sure Johnson & Johnson is working on it, and whoever else they're trying to pay to get it going. But
can I ask you a question? Because while you're on the topic, you seem to be very knowledgeable about this, and I just want to just a question I want to ask. Usually, when a virus comes out, the first thing you do to make a vaccine, the very first thing you do is reverse engineer it. And since
Yes.
this is from an unknown. Oh, and just to let you know, it has already mutated, which scientists from the
Yeah.
CDC and WHO said that it is 0.000001% chance a virus like this mutates naturally. So why haven't they reverse engineered this natural virus? Just throwing that question out there.
No, you really about to have somebody at your door in a
So-
minute talking like that.
And most proteins, if they are found in nature, they've been around before we've been around as humans. So if it has mutated and we did not know about that mutation before, or the virus itself, there might be a little foul play involved. There just might be. So we can't confirm or deny, but
Hard.
they have been before in the past. So
Yeah.
Moving on. Yes. Moving on. DNA
So-
can change. Protein strings can change, and they can be manipulated.
You guys
Just a
about
quick
to
question. My mic wasn't muted that whole time,
You
No,
No, we heard you.
yeah.
you guys are about to get me. You guys are about to get me sniped. Good thing I don't go outside.
No,
But
but
Jay, I was like, open
Hey,
up.
OJ, I want to say this, OJ. I think this needs to be said at this point in time because I think this is the time. This is the time frame in what's happening. These things need to be talked about.
They do.
of course.
At the bare minimum, the health side of it and how people need to take care of themselves and their
Yes.
bodies.
I get that.
I don't want to get into conspiracy theories about mutated, viruses. I'll leave that alone.
I'm just
but
saying, I just don't want my freaking
I
wife
know.
to be a widow, dude. I mean, it's not. I don't really care about my life too much. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say that one. I'm about for other people that care about me. You know? Jesus Christ. It's
Listen.
not
Listen,
tonight, bro.
listen.
Tomorrow's-
A very famous poet by the name of Kendrick Lamar said very wise words.
No,
We gonna be all right.
Yep. We gonna be all right.
Unless you're in Italy. But anyway, let's move on to the next topic. We've got The Last of Us Part 2 drama, and holy smokes, today got blown up. Oh my gosh. So let's just start here, but I want to put out, before we do anything with this, guys, nobody's sitting here and saying, I want to make sure that I put a precursor, because Naughty Dog fans can get pretty, Naughty Dog. Because so I don't
Y'all ain't
think
ready.
that the games are horrible, that they're the worst games in the world. I'm just simply telling you guys what the information that's out there. So recently, Naughty Dog has been, there was an article from Kotaku, Jason Schreier, who wrote about the crunch culture at Naughty Dog. Now, this is very similar to what they were saying, or like his article that he wrote about Rockstar, but this one seems a little bit different in terms of things, because one of the former animators pretty much came out and put a pretty scathing, I would say, a pretty scathing rebuke to the article that came out in terms of it. And the Cliff Notes version is that Naughty Dog, they really crunch and overwork their employees kind of to death. And like, it's not that you're told to kind of stay there, but it's just insinuated. It's just implied that you will. And many things, especially with logistics, can mess up things. So if this person doesn't stay longer, or if this person goes home early, it can mess up this part. And since everybody is kind of like working independently as like almost not their own boss, but as their own, like, this is what my job is, I've got to do this. Sometimes it creates problems and issues within the overall product. And one of the former developers, he put up a thread, and I'm going to just read like the beginning and ending ones. But basically what he said, there was a long thread on guys, Jonathan Kuhn, game animator. He worked there. He says, when I left Naughty Dog late last year, they threatened to withhold my final paycheck until I signed additional paperwork stating I wouldn't share their production practice. They finally relented when I assured them that this was most likely illegal. Now, he said, the truth is I have no awful crunch tail, so it's not like it's all bad, but the story animators, as we're known, we're averaging 46 hours a week, so just keep that in mind. He wasn't suffering or anything like that. He basically talked more about the demo being showed, gameplay animators, how they the demo that they showed off, and there was like a lot of problems. And even At one point, there was a guy who was hospitalized there because of how much crunch and how much work he was doing, which has happened before to game producers. This isn't something that hasn't happened. Yoshinori Ono from Capcom fainted, from the amount of stress that he's doing. Something that's happened. We had a little Sakurai who blamed it on his diet, but I'm not so sure about that. But anyway.
I go on that diet myself, and I'll be honest. There's times where I'm working out a lot, and I feel like I get a little lightheaded myself.
Hey, look,
high protein, low carbs. I'm telling you,
I understand.
Fainting, but lightheaded does happen.
But overexhaustion from working as much as he works. But anyway, he did put that in. He also talked about how Naughty Dog, the reliance on contractors is basically, I would say, degraded the work. And it's not that the studio is so much more talented, because when people see Naughty Dog games, like, oh wow, this studio ever. He says that it's not that. He says what it is that this is from his own words. Ultimately, Naughty Dog's linear games have a formula that they focus test the. While talented, their success is due in large part to Sony's deep pockets, funding delays rather than skill alone. A more senior team would have shipped The Last of Us Part 2 a year ago. So he went on a whole there's more to it than that, guys. But real quick, because I know you guys want to get into this. This is what I've been saying. I said Naughty Dog's game, they seem to me like they strip, in terms of the single player, they strip out any type of advanced game mechanics or things to make the game interesting and full of depth in order to bang home this highly polished corner, this really detailed piece of grass, this really cool thing that you shoot and it explodes.
This beautiful
and
ray of sunshine.
Yeah, this
Jordan should have been on his podcast.
And
Realistic Rocks?
They strip out game mechanics to make sure that all of that stuff works well. And who's doing that?
Who is that? That ain't me.
One of the two.
Oh, I got me some food.
Mute the mic real quick because it's really loud.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. And basically they strip out those game mechanics, have a superiorly highly polished form, but it's just devoid of it's linear. It doesn't branch off, and that's what I've said about everybody rips. Now we have a developer that actually worked in the games. So here's what it is. Not that you can't like Naughty Dog's games, because he still said this whole thread, you guys know this, he still said that The Last of Us Part 2 is going to be a good game. He still said it's going to be a game and there's talented people there. But he did kind of go on with some of the stuff there. They strip out game mechanics. They strip out things to make games a little bit more depth. And they highly polish the crap, taking a really long time on very basic things. And then they put in a good script or really good graphics. They really focus in on those things, and that's how they make their games. Personally, for me, I don't like that style at all, and that's the reason why I'm wondering why I don't like Naughty games that much. I mean, they're okay, but I never think of them as highly as other people, and I think that just hit the nail on the head right there in terms of what he had to say. But anyway, Baron, go ahead and go.
Yeah, I gotta go first on this one. Now, if y'all ain't seen this thread, I'm gonna link it into the chat in a minute, but I gotta speak on this real quick.
That thread is off the chain.
Oh yes, the thread is off the chain, and what made it so beautiful to read all that stuff, it's exactly the shit I've been saying for the.
Huh? What happened?
Dev at Naughty Dog said, because this is the most important thing that backs up everything I've been saying. But all they ever say is, Emperor, you hating. Emperor, you hating. No, I'm just reading the facts and showing you exactly what I see. So now somebody else is going to tell you exactly what I saw. So he said this. While super talented, they lack the technical design know-how to assemble scenes. Similarly, the design team ballooned with juniors to make up for the attrition of key roles. Every aspect of finishing the game took much longer due to lack of experience on the team. Now I've been saying that they was trying to cut corners and they've been honing in on just one type of thing, right? But this quote right here sealed the deal for me. The reason I left is because I only want to work for the best. That is no longer Naughty Dog. This is his words now. This is his word.
You think he's being a little bit bitter on that?
No.
No, not that.
No. Their reputation for crunch within LA is so bad, it was near impossible to hire seasoned contract game animators to close out the project. As such, we loaded up on film animators.
Yep.
And what I have been saying the whole time, these games are interactive movies. They're not video games.
They're video
and
games.
Now you have the proof from a guy that's at this studio. How long he's been working here now? For quite some time. He's worked on a lot of these projects, and he's worked on The Last of Us.
They're video
He literally
games.
said that their reputation was so bad they couldn't get seasoned contract game animators. So they got film animators.
Ah, damn.
Which telling you they don't give a damn about the damn gameplay. They want to sell you those pretty ass pictures.
Because they know the casuals will buy it, which is the point.
No, but you guys are hold up. Time out. Before Trifles goes in, you guys are mistaken on. You said casuals. You guys are mistaken on Sony's audience. This is their core that likes
Sony
this.
has moved to the West.
Wait. You said it's their core.
That's their core. The Last of Us Part 2 is the most hardcore Sony. It's one of the most hardcore Sony games. That is their new core. That is their Mario. That is their Zelda. Is the Last of Us?
I'm going last. I'm gonna wait for everyone to
That's their core. Am I wrong?
Well, hold on.
It's still a casual game, though.
You have to make the game hardcore.
Before you go into it, OJ, I want everybody to understand. I want everybody to understand. This is from a guy that worked for them. This ain't somebody on the internet that just got a review copy. This is a guy that works for them. So if somebody like me that's a true gamer that's been gaming for a very damn long time seen this, and y'all was blind to it, it tells me one thing. In people's eyes, Sony can do no wrong. They always do the right thing.
That's because
and they never do no wrong. And I sat up here and say, I do not like the direction Sony is going with their games. And everybody turned it into, oh, it's about this. I'm hating on them. I'm like, no, because these are not games anymore. These are interactive movies. That's exactly what they are.
And when you drink that Sony water bear and everything.
And the reason I got on God of War so bad, they literally stopped that dude from fucking jumping. Literally stopped him from jumping.
I hate
that. And I was the only one irate about it.
No, people.
No, you weren't.
People slammed the hell out of me for talking about he couldn't jump. People bash me in my chat. People bash me on the Spawncast.
This man is the God of War.
It wasn't just you. Well, no, me and Nate.
Combos were the best thing about that game.
God of War.
Yeah,
he could jump one time and scale damn near 50 skyscrapers. This man can't jump anymore. It was obvious what they was trying to do.
Facts.
Make an interactive movie experience for you. But I'm the one catching all the hate. And now you have the developer basically saying the same shit I've been saying for the last 3.5 years.
Okay.
So this shit is crazy. Go ahead. You can go ahead. I'm done now. I'm done now.
Okay, guys. Sony they had a lawsuit that they lost, remember? Where they did not want to be referred to as a video game company. They wanted to be referred to as an interactive media company.
So do you remember what year that was? Because I forgot what year that was.
That was their company name for a while. Interactive Entertainment.
It was 1990. Wait. It was right before Smash Brothers. So this is either 98 or 99, right? Smash Brothers 1, right? So it's not that Sony is trying to be something else. This is what Sony has always seen themselves. Their focus is interactive media, and they're trying to get into the video game industry with it. That's what it's always been. That's how, and it's always will be that way. Other people can make games for Sony's system and platform, but Sony and all of its second and exclusive party entities, they want them to focus on that more so than anything else. Third party companies like Capcom and stuff like that, they try, like Devil May Cry, prime example. They want to be able to make interactive games or interactive movies, but they also understand that Capcom has been around before Sony, so they have their audience that they have to make games for. So no matter what, their job is to find a way to make their video games transition seamlessly through interactive movies, etc. But then transition back into the video games. When you look at the new God of War, it didn't transition. Like, it's just okay, guys, we know that you're used to God of War being this way, but that doesn't even exist anymore. This is God of War because for them, they want to focus more on when we're done with this product, how can we transition this to the silver screen? That's what this is about, and it's gonna be that way. That's what this is about. It's the reason why, like, look at a game like Gears of War. This It's about getting your game to start into the film and not into the video games, and then how to transition those video games into films. Because when you look at the movie industry today, it is a completely different generation, and people like to see these fictional fantasies works come to the films. That's what people want to see now. And it's sad, this is why I never liked the whole concept of graphics over gameplay.
Thank you.
They take the
Yep.
the graphics now is the main thing. But here's the reason. The more money, more jobs are made readily available for people who can create these interactive film-like experiences rather than actually creating video games. If you look at the entire video game industry, sadly, the indie industry, which focuses more on the gameplay, which they make these games like Celeste and Hollow Knight and Cuphead and all this other stuff, right? And the Messenger. These games have massive amounts of gameplay, very few cinematic aspects. They don't get the funding needed, and they're making these excellent gameplay stuff, except for these stupid Kaiser Mario level type games and these boss battle nonsense, which is just cheap ways of like giving you DLC content. But I'm not going to get into that. Shout outs to Sahil. But they want to focus more on the cinematic experience. The cinematic experience is what expands from the gaming industry out into other industries, which then once you get your games into the movies, then there's the music aspect that comes from it, the merchandising, and the blah, blah, blah. Prime example of that is Sonic. Best believe the next Sonic game that's going to come out is going to feel more cinematic than it is going to play like its predecessors before it, because that's what this generation of gamers want. So for the guy who's in here talking about, from when I grew up, listen, our time is done.
Oh, look, wait a minute.
Can I add a point real fast to that?
No, I just want to say this real quick. Look, you are dead on a lot of stuff you're saying, but it's already been proven that both can be done. You know what I mean? We can still have a very successful game that's really focused on gameplay, and plus, we can have games that can have both.
Yes,
you know what I mean. We have games that have
been.
You know what I mean. I think Pokemon is a good example because people come to Pokemon because they are addicted to that gameplay style, not really the cinematic of it, but their movies and their other merchandise and stuff also do well as well. I think Pikachu is the best video game movie besides Sonic. I think Sonic has it now. Sonic. Yeah, but Pikachu had it for the best grossing video game movie. So yes, the fans do want that. But I don't think they want that as a sacrifice of gameplay. You can get both things done.
Wait, in today's age? No, hell no. They definitely want that sacrifice of gameplay. Dudes is complaining about Cuphead and Dark Souls being the hardest things that they've ever seen in their life. They definitely want that. They don't. This day and age.
King's Field was harder.
But hold up.
These guys don't know what difficulty is. They have never played.
I know that's true.
They've never played
People like
NES
Dark Souls
Ninja
and
Gaiden.
Cuphead. People buy those games.
No,
people did buy Dark Souls though.
People buy Dark Souls. From Software is actually a very rich company. They don't like to talk about their financials, but that company makes a lot of money. They make a lot of money for what they do, for the price that they make their game. Like they have a high profit margin from software games because they know how to make games. They don't go on cinematic. They don't go crazy on cinematics. They don't go crazy on story. They just make a game and then they sell it, and it sells really well. So people like. Yeah. And Cuphead sold really well. I think it sold over 1 million on the Switch by itself.
I just want to say,
this is true. What I'm saying is that I went on to a side tangent, because when the person say people still want gameplay over video games. Like that's not true. People accept gameplay, but what they want is something totally different. People want more interactive experiences. People want, you have to remember, the casual market is what runs the video game industry, not the hardcore, not the pros. We are a big part of it, but we are not the majority of it. The majority of it is the casual gamers, and the majority of the casual gamers do not want difficult games. So they say games like Dead Cells and Dark Souls and Cuphead are the most extremely difficult games in their entire life, yet they've never played Ghosts and Goblins, they've never played Ghouls and Ghosts, they've never played Total Carnage, they've never played Smash TV, they've never played Ninja Gating NES. We're not talking about Ninja Gating on the PlayStation. They've never played
NES.
Viewpoint.
Hey, they never played Zelda 2.
They're not, well, Zelda 2 is not hard, but they've never played those.
It's just bad.
Yeah,
it's not hard. It's just a bad game.
They've never played really difficult games. I've had a guy in my Discord tell me Super Mario 3 was difficult. This is what. Yes, what? He's under 21. This is what I'm talking about. He literally said Super Mario Brothers 3 was a difficult game. Dudes don't even.
PlayStation generation. Jesus.
No, he's not even PlayStation generation. I said he's under 21.
Oh, geez. So he's
he's this generation.
He's 360 generation. That's what he is.
That's a whole level different.
Put these guys in a room with Contra Hard Corps for the Genesis. They'll blow their brains out. Put them with the game and a gun and watch. It'll only take them about 2 hours and they'll reach for the gun quickly.
But here, you hit a good point on it. Like, a lot of people don't understand what difficulty is. I ranted about this as well. I think I ranted about this when everybody was crying about Shadows Die Twice needing an easy mode, which I think was the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Dumbest article.
But I do.
Time out.
No.
Options.
Don't defend them.
No, I don't want to hear none of this crap.
OJ, hold on. Hold on.
I don't want to hear none of you guys are.
No, OJ, we gonna
one-sided bullshit. No. When a game is too screw you guys. No. When a game is too easy, you guys rush to say that there should be a harder mode in the game. You guys rush, but when a game is too hard, oh no, there shouldn't be mode. How come you want an option for one way but not the other way? That's one-sided nonsense. No.
It's not one-sided.
It is one-sided.
It's the way the game was meant to be.
Okay, if the game is too easy, that's the way the game is meant. Why is it a problem if the game is meant to be easy?
Nah, I have to.
You got a problem with easy games, DC. You bitch about that all the time.
Hold up.
I don't know, man.
Okay, then so then it's a problem. So then why is it not a problem the other way around? No,
Kirby's always easy.
Now hold up. Let me jump in on that.
I find that ridiculous. Sorry, that triggered me.
I have to agree with OJ because seriously though, the one thing we don't want to come off as gaming elitists. Like gaming elitism is highly toxic.
But that's not elitism, though. That's like you play
It is.
Well, no, wait, time out. No, yeah, hold on.
I'm not saying I'm better than you. I'm saying I know what hard is.
No, I'm saying I'm better than most of these people in this generation, but that got nothing to do with anything.
I'm just saying there should be options for all gamers.
Yes,
there should be options. That's all I'm saying.
I 100% agree with that.
Yeah.
Some games, you listen, video games are meant to have fun. So there should be a diverse set of genres for people to have fun. People who like hardcore, really difficult games, that's for your hardcore gamers. The game should be that. People who like to play games competitively, pro esports, there should be games for that. People who like to play games casually, there should be games for that. People who like to play games but want to have more of an interactive, immersive experience, there should be games for that. People who just want to have social gaming, there should be games for that. There's nothing wrong with, there should be games for every genre. So I 100% agree with player on this. Like there should be no games that's for that. What I'm saying is that people from casual areas complain about what's hard. Stick to your casual gaming. Stay in your lane. Hardcore gamers, stay in your lane. Pro gamers, stay in your lane. I'm tired of pro gamers coming out of their lane.
Okay. Well, this is a topic for another day.
Wait, hold on.
For another day.
I want to say something else to what he said. I want to say that I don't think casuals really outnumber us that big.
You're nuts.
They do.
On mobile, yeah.
On consoles too.
On mobile, they
1 to 12. 1 to 12.
My man.
But the thing is, I think you was right about they want interactive experiences, but they still want an experience that's good. You know what I mean? Because it's plenty of people out here.
That's subjective, though.
I don't know, because there's a plenty of people out here that bitch about Madden, that bitch about NBA 2K, that bitch about WWE 2K. And most of these are casual people. And they obviously can't, they don't like the experiences they're getting on the gameplay front of it.
But
and
they
these
still
are casual guys. Yeah, they still buy it. Yeah, they still buy it. I'm guilty of that. I still buy Madden, and it still has flaws that I can't stand on a gaming front.
Here's the thing to consider. Wow. Here's something to consider though. That's like crazy. A lot of us, it's safe to say that everyone on this podcast, most everyone on this podcast, started out with gaming where there wasn't a save a game option. In fact, man. I remember. Yeah, so I grew up. Listen, I grew up.
Oh my god!
I grew up playing Bloodlines. We had to literally draw like little things for the password to get to the next level. It wasn't even for every level. So I get, Shadow Fox, Triforce, Baron. I get your points. Like I grew up in that era, but at the same time, growing up and in those eras as well, we can't acknowledge that those games like Streets of Rage, Shinobi 3, those games had easy, normal, and hard.
Yes.
So the same
options were there for you, which is what OJ was saying. Those options, Streets of Rage 2. If you're a hardcore gamer, you beat it on the hardest. Congratulations.
Exactly.
We're not gonna penalize you, but hey, guess what? There's this mode called Mania. Casual gamers don't care about Mania. They just want to play it on easy and normal. Let them have their fun. But if you want to,
exactly.
Which is why I have this. I just want to do this quick 1 minute mini rant. Which is why I have a problem with Hollow Knight. Because in Streets of Rage 2, the ending for the game remains the same no matter if you click easy, normal, hard, hardest, or mania. You know what do you want to know what elitism is? When you go, we're going to make this game, we're going to make an ending. Here's the normal ending, here's the hard ending. But if you want the true, real ending, we're going to make this overtly difficult, which only a handful of people within a specific genre of gaming, which is hardcore, can get to that ending. Why? Because we made it very difficult, which alienates everyone else, and that's not fair. That's elitism. I do not agree with that.
A lot of Metroidvanias are doing that lately.
I know.
Here's what we are gonna do. What were we talking about before? We're getting back to Naughty Dog. Does anybody want to discuss Naughty Dog and what happened there? I guess we can kind of tune it back.
My thing about Naughty Dog is this is the hypocrisy I don't understand with that. So they have these repeated crunch times over and over again, knowing full well that Sony will grant them the money for the next delay. I never understood it. Hey, it's crunch time. As the project manager, at that point you could just go to Sony proper and say, hey, look, we're not going to make it. We need 3 months more worth of project funds to finish polishing this up. And I don't understand it. So you're having people quit, you're having people fired. They're not liking their I guess I said, for lack of a better word, not cost of living, but their experience there at the company because of these crunch times that they don't need to have. So the game has been delayed. Well, probably internally, it's probably been delayed at least 5 times. So you're talking, 5 different episodes where people are like, if I just go through this, we're good. And they do 80 hours or whatever, and all this 80 hours in 1 week or whatever, and then all of a sudden they look and they're like, nope, it just got pushed off 3 more months. And then the end of those 3 months is crunch again. And so people were like, I'm not doing this again. And then after they do it the second time, they quit. And then other people come in, and now there's not that many people there, and then they do the crunch again with even more people that are not as well versed in the project. So why do that if every single time you're granted more time on the project? Sony is not going to let that go gold broken. That worst case scenario is we're gonna shit can the project and be done with it. That's going to be the worst case scenario, which is what you want anyway. You don't want it release broken. So why put people through that if you're an internal first party studio or a ironclad second party studio? Why would you do that? You have the best relationship. You basically have a blank check, so to speak. Kind of like how Rare was with Nintendo well before the deal happened or whatever. Rare took their sweet time And they might have had crunch time here and there, but it was very rare. I mean, that was my own pun there, but yeah, that was very it was very rare for them to be in that situation because Nintendo would just cut the check. So I don't know why they're doing this to themselves, and they're literally in the same coast as their parent company. It's just really bewildering to me. Why would you do that, especially with a game that's supposedly not only is this supposed to be the premier game for your 8th generation system, your 9th generation system is coming too, and chances are it's going to be cross-gen. So why would you even think Sony is going to cancel this game?
I wanted to get to VC because I know VC you wanted to say a couple things about Last of Us and all that. So go ahead and give your thoughts, man.
Just when it comes to The Last of Us, like
in terms of like what the developer said and all that stuff.
Yeah, what the developer said. Well, the exact words I actually didn't get to look at. Actually, just to let you know. But overall, like with all the people being let go, what I heard is there's a lot of people that are younger graphic designers, younger people that are straight out of college, that they're hiring them, and then over time they're letting them go and making them quit to not pay them more. And that's why there's such a large turnaround in the business. That's why there's so many people that are work there that are quitting or leaving there. That's why there's 70% of the employees not there.
Well, contractors, and I guess the
and that's why they're doing contractors.
The 70% number was 70% of the main of the main development or game designers for Uncharted 4 have left. So it was like 14 out of like 20 or whatever the case was have left. So that's what's caused multiple issues, along with contractors that they bring in, maybe not fresh out of college, contractors that they bring in that aren't going to be there full time. Now they dangle the carrot of full time, you know, like salaried in front of them, but some of them make it, some of them don't. But I mean, that is a normal practice. Now, 70% of people leaving after your last game that just came out in 2016, that's not a normal practice.
Well, but, OJ, this is a little bit different though. This is different because they were so strapped for personnel. They weren't replacing the personnel with who they should have been replacing.
No, you're right.
Because those designers were also game designers and game programmers as well. And they're replacing them with people that are just designers that have no programming background. So now they come in and they don't understand the full scope of the project. They don't understand how game design works as a whole. And they're just coming in to help design. And it's not, and they're not being able to help fully because they don't understand what their place should be. And that's part of the issue. So now you've got juniors training juniors because these juniors are programmers, so they're trying to help other guys coming in that should also have that as part of their background, and they don't. So that was part of the rant too he was talking, which is that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, you're right about that. What Shadow Fox just said is absolutely right. There's definitely some issues. I mean, and I don't think anybody's ever said that Naughty Dog is perfect or any company is perfect, but it does seem to me like you know, the biggest issue that I've seen and where every single development cycle, because like, you know, the question was asked, like, is this going to get better? Is this what's going to happen? Like, can this continue? And I think that's the biggest reason. Yes, we all love big, powerful systems and all this stuff like this, but like, they always say development's going to get easier. Development's going to get easier. Okay, from PS3 to PS4, then why was Uncharted 4 this crazy thing that caused all this? If everything's supposed to be easier, PS4 is easier to develop for. PS4 is easy. Yeah, that's all we heard was, even from Naughty Dog themselves, saying, oh, well, we transitioned the engine and it was easier. What the hell? It wasn't easier? Uncharted 4 absolutely wreaked havoc on your company when it comes to what people leaving. Why this smoke and mirrors bull crap? You know what I'm saying? No, it wasn't easier. Uncharted 4 was not easier than Uncharted 1, 2, and 3. That's BS. There's been 3 Uncharted on the PS3. There's 1 Uncharted on the PS4. Don't sit here and tell me that it's easier, no, it's not. And The Last of Us Part 2, you're having all these issues with The Last of Us. You know, that's the only thing that I don't like when these, you still have the crunches, you still have the bad treatment, you still have the turnover, you still have a destructive work environment. And of course, that needs to be done. I get it that I don't know, there's a simpler way. Maybe Nintendo's figured some things out about that as much. I mean, we have heard, Retro Studios, they do some stuff, so maybe, but it's not due to crunch with Retro Studios. But I mean, I don't know. That's the issue that I have with this. you can go back and guys, I don't have the articles right here, but I swear to you, they sat there and said, "Oh, it's much easier to be on the PS4, and we transitioned the system. And it's not going to be anywhere as hard, and it's not cell architecture anymore. It's x86. Everything's easier." Then why did Uncharted 4 wreak havoc in terms of believing in everything like that? And then they talked about the DLC even being worse. Like the DLC for the game, even they. I think there's a lot of smoke and mirrors going on in terms of what they say and why they wanted to make that guy sign some type of illegal papers that he can't say anything. Like, what?
It's bad management all the way around. It's bad management.
But I don't know. That's just yeah, and I still have people sitting there saying yes, it's PS3 compared to PS4. I mean, okay, well then Uncharted compared to 3 Uncharted. But yeah, everyone's saying it's easier. Okay, believe what they say. Easier,
why don't you go do it, Fivers?
Everything's easier. Okay, you believe that? That's cool. You believe it. But why was Uncharted 4 such a more destructive force in terms of turnover? And the biggest problems that Naughty Dog has had up until this point was Uncharted 4. Uncharted 4 caused so many issues with Naughty Dog. So many issues with Naughty Dog that Uncharted 1, 2, and 3 never did. So if it was so hard to develop on PS3 and PS3 was such a problem, how come they were able to bang out 3 Uncharted games?
So they
Uncharted games.
They reused that engine on PS3, and I think with the issue with them starting over on PS4, as they're starting over on PS4, game development is still expanding.
They said that they didn't start over there. They said this is what they said in one of their interviews. They said, "Oh, well, we transitioned a much easier from the." They said that they had a harder transition from the PS2 to the PS3 than the PS3 to the PS4 with Uncharted. They said that they had so many issues with the original Uncharted, and the transition was rough from PS2 to PS3. Okay, maybe we believe that. Okay, but if that's the case, the transition from PS3 to PS4, why is Uncharted 4 the most destructive game in terms of turnover rates and in terms of things that happen to your company? If the transition period and it's so much easier, no, it's not so much. If it was so much easier, then you wouldn't have Amy Hennig leaving in the middle. If it was so much easier, you wouldn't have problems and all that stuff. I don't. There's so much easier stuff when your company is literally losing people over and over and back and forth, left and right. That's what I'm saying. Like, where's the easier part then? Is that what happens when things are easier? People leave?
The easier part is the code and the middleware is pretty much universal across all these platforms now, to include Switch. The issue becomes they have made these games so bloated now, as far as not even just file size or somebody mentioned 4K assets and stuff like that, but it's just the fact that you're trying to make the scope of this game so grand, and you're trying to make sure that these violin riffs hit at just the right moment. You're syncing sound, trying to create a movie scene instead of creating a good game first. And that's part of the problem that you're seeing through. So. And the way they design their games, they're creating set pieces one after another that you walk through that's supposed to impress you visually per se, but the entire time you're not even playing the game the same.
I think another thing to add to what you're saying, because we're focusing on the budget of a game. Another aspect of the budget of the game that I wanted to touch into that I haven't heard anyone say yet is even the soundtracks, the scores. And the fact that we're making a transition from orchestral instead of MIDI, the budget is a lot higher for some of these video games, and that takes away.
And they try to write 3D sound shaders as well.
Exactly.
There's different sound effects based on where you are in the environment.
I think the biggest one is also everybody's trying to put these Hollywood actors in there.
That too.
That's the biggest bank hitter right there.
You spending 2 years doing voice acting for a game. Who the fuck does that? 2 years?
Kojima does that.
Yeah, Death Stranding.
That's true. That is true.
So, but
Death Stranding was a piece of media.
But
it was a piece of shit.
But you know what? You know what's funny though? You know the irony is, like, with all these big soundtracks and all these huge graphics, half these games aren't as memorable as the games we remember growing up, and that's the irony.
They aren't, and they don't hold up well at all.
They do not hold up well.
That is the irony.
Yeah. I think they just rush games nowadays. Nowadays, you just rush games. I think just the past 10 years. It's all.
Nah. Breath of the
No?
Wild wasn't rushed.
Well, that
Nope.
wasn't rushed, but
If you ever
Well, what
noticed,
game you talking about is rushed? Because Nintendo typically don't rush
Nintendo
games.
doesn't rush.
Skyward Sword.
the
Skyward
only-
Sword was probably the only game.
Is what
The
I mean,
only
like,
thing
in
that was
general, I
rushed
feel
for
like
sure was that
too
damn
bad.
Pokemon game that came out in
Oh,
November. That
yeah.
definitely was
yeah.
rushed.
We're not gonna talk about that.
They have some bell curve going
They
around
definitely
there.
had to
Get
hit
it,
it.
man.
I
No,
don't
they
think it was.
definitely had to hit a target. I definitely they had to hit.
They had
And
to.
if they would have given them more time, they definitely could have shaped up a couple things. I agree with that
Yeah.
for sure.
I don't think it was rushed. I just think it was. They had a timeline that, like, all right, listen, this is taking too long. Get that out there. I think it was cookie cutted. That's what it is. Like, hey, listen, it's Pokemon. Just get it out there.
Put it together.
Yeah. No,
And
but-
it goes and it's so
and it's sold.
regardless. So,
Exactly. It's
It
Pokemon,
did, but the most
Pokemon,
selling Pokemon out.
Pokemon, Mario, and Zelda. Those are the three franchises that Nintendo, if they want to, if they're missing something, every time Nintendo, something that I don't know if any of you guys have noticed, every time Nintendo is in trouble when they're launching a system, they launch it with the Zelda. When they launch it with the Zelda, they off everybody. Look
Yup.
back in history. You'll notice
Yeah.
every time. Anytime they need a banger coming out, they start the industry, whatever the case may be, and things is just not rocking too well. Drop that Zelda, bang, done. We're back in there.
Does anybody have anything else to add to the Last of Us Part 2 stuff? Then we can kind of move on. to
The
next
only
topic.
thing I want to add is that now that this developer has come out with all this information and confirming that yes, Baron knows what the hell he's talking about. You should listen to him more. One of the other things is another thing I talked about is now you see why your multiplayer in Last of Us 2 was sacrificed. All the other nonsense excuses they gave you before, now you see what it really was.
yeah, they don't have no time. They could barely complete the main game.
They so focused on giving you the interactive movie that they had to chop half of the original gameplay experience out
But
of
the
this.
PS4 is so much easier to develop. Bro.
Still on that.
But The Last of Us 2 and The Last of Us 3 had the same cinema. The Last of Us 1 had multiplayer, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Uncharted 2, Uncharted 3 had multiplayer and a single player campaign. All
Yeah.
the regular, but the PS4 is so much easier to develop for. It's so much easier. It's easier.
mean,
It's easier.
Yeah.
What are
That's
you
gotta
talking
be
about?
true. That's gotta be true, OJ. Game development now, the way that they design their games is bloated. And they can't, like, I'm pretty sure right now, if you ask any developer whether they wanted to port a game to Wii U or PS3 versus Xbox One or PS4 right now, they would probably instantly say PS4 or Xbox One because the tools are there and they're more modern and they can just kind of throw it together.
Absolutely. But what I'm saying is, here's what I'm saying. Essentially, what I'm saying is
Because of how they sold it originally.
Yeah, you can sit here and say that something's easier, but with elevated expectations in terms of what you're doing, the time goes somewhere. So you can sit there and say it's easier to develop on this, and yes, it might be, but if you're because of the specs of the system, and if you're going to do so much more to it, and it's going to add some problems on top of it, nobody can sit here and tell me that a game, The Last of Us Part 1 has multiplayer, Uncharted 2, Uncharted 3 has multiplayer. This game comes out, they crunching, we hear all these stories, there's no multiplayer in it, then tell me, oh, well, it's easier. Well, what if it's easier, then what's the problem here?
OJ, you know what the problem is. They don't give a damn about none of that.
Not that I care about multiplayer more so than anything. I'd rather have player experience, but I don't want to hear all of this. It's so much easier when there's turnover like crazy. When Uncharted, like I already repeated myself. I'm done. I'm not gonna sit there and go over it again. That's just a repeat on myself. I don't want to hear that when less things are being added into the game. The Last of Us Part 2 is the most ambitious game, according to them, that they've said. But after hearing all this stuff like this, am I likely to trust what Naughty Dog says? I'm very hesitant to trust based off of the interviews and articles. And I'll put together a video and I'll go back and find those articles for guys who think that I'm just messing around and not telling the truth. I'm very hesitant to believe what Naughty Dog officially says about game development and their things at this point. After that Jason Schreier article, and after going back and thinking, they were saying all this stuff right here, I'm very hesitant to anything they've got to say when it comes to development and what they're saying is easier or not easier, or how they develop games when they're trying to illegally, what was it, like gag order somebody? Like illegally gag order somebody speaking about certain things and all this. Like, no. That raises all sorts of red flags. I'm
You
sorry.
can't sign an NDA after the fact. It don't work that way.
Yeah, it don't work that way.
Nope.
There's something that there was something they were trying to protect, and to be very honest with you, what they were trying to protect was what they didn't want someone contradicting what was already said. But it's too late. The person already left the company.
Exactly.
That's it. That like everyone should just know that. Like that should be so obvious.
Hey, I knew it was obvious, but anyway, I'm just a hater, so I don't know.
You are a hater, Baron. You know what else we're gonna get accused of?
I speak on what I see, bro. That's it. I just
you know what else we're gonna be accused of next? Is
That's
hating
it.
people who just want to spend their time and effort,
Oh
on talking about whoever they want and spending their time on certain content
Lord.
creators
Here
in
we
terms
go.
of things. So I don't want to spend like a ton of time on because this is like an awkward topic, I guess. But the whole topic, I know Triforce wanted to speak on this, and let's just be very
the simp topic.
Hold on, time out.
Yes.
Wait. Before we go on, because there has to be a disclaimer. First,
okay, disclaimer.
The disclaimer is the disclaimer is this. This is going to be perhaps one of the greatest topics on your show in the history of your show. I'm gonna tell you why.
What is this?
Please.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Awesome.
Great minds speak about ideals. So that's not a lot of minds in the world. Average minds speaks about events. And I guess that's like a good 30% in the world. Small minds talk about people. So let's be petty and get into the small-minded conversation because that's like 90% of the people in the world. This topic is cultural. I don't think you guys understand that. It's actual.
Oh, I understand
topic.
that.
And
How do you normalize simping though? How do you normalize that?
Now, I'm gonna blow your mind. I'm gonna blow your mind. I'm here to defend the simps.
Wait, what?
I'm here to defend the simps. I'm blowing your mind.
And I see. Listen. I see what. I
haven't known how to turn the camera on.
I see what area you're going into because I know exactly what you're gonna do because I actually defended the Sims too. The problem, in my opinion, is the manipulation of the mindset from the content creator.
I get that too.
The thing about it is this: most women content creators, and this, let's just be real here, guys. This spawned from that okay boomer girl. Okay, like I said, no hate towards her or anything, but this spawned from that. Because simps are fine. People, and Triforce, I think people can be a simp. Everybody is allowed to be what they want to be. Everybody's allowed. If they want to support this content creator, okay, support this content creator. Do whatever you need to do. That's not a problem. So people are allowed to do that. People want to spend their money how they want to and all that. My issue that I have is sitting there and manipulating a base of people that you already know is vulnerable. Manipulating them and tricking them into thinking that what they're doing is a viable way. That is the problem that I have. I have a problem with that, and that's what that girl did. She's manipulation to tell people that simping is king shit. That's what she said, and that is the most biggest load of garbage I've ever heard. Being a simp is fine. You can be a simp, but that's kings. No, you're setting that person up for disaster. You're setting that person up. This is, like I said, this is serious because I hang out with, I'm friends with a lot of women content creators who have a large amount of simps that support them or that give them money or whatever the case is, and that's fine. But when you manipulate them to try to make it seem like as if that's it, that's the problem that I have. None of them do that. None of them do that, and like it creates harassment for women content creators. It creates problems where they get stalking issues. That's how it starts. The mindset.
No,
she said worshipping. She said worshipping.
OJ.
That's horrible.
Before the manipulation came, we as men have been stalking and harassing girls. So don't say it creates. Been here.
It does create. No, I watch Forensic Files, and I'm telling you, it started the simp mindset.
Hold on. Let me jump in.
We're not being honest. We're not being honest. We're not talking about us.
Men have always done that, but why give them more avenues? Literally sitting there as a content creator, as a girl. Okay, let me ask you a question. Is she going to sit there and say that's king-ish when somebody gets so obsessed with her that they show up at her front door because they dox her? Because that's what happens to Destiny. That's what happens to Miss Click for typing in her feet and stuff like that. She's not doing women content creators a favor.
Can I answer that question?
She's not helping women content creators by saying that.
I'll answer that question for you. Why? One, right? You guys have to understand, this is the game. This is the market. What she says, if someone wants to take that literal, has nothing to do with her making sure to protect herself from people coming to her house. If someone takes it, if this jackass decides to take his this seriously and go and stalk her at her house, then that's on him because he's just an idiot. He was gonna do that regardless if she said he was a king or not, because he's just an idiot to believe that. You have to understand. Look, this is why I'm defending the simps, right? I'm defending the simps because simps are literally 90% of the content creators' audience. Simping is not a guy to girl thing. Simp is another way of saying fanatic, fan, whatever you want to call it. Ninja has millions of simps. They all go to a stream. What does he do for them? He simply plays a game and they love him for it. So a cute girl comes on, she simply sits there, gives the nice TNA, and they love them for it. What's the difference? There's no difference. You know what we do?
No,
you know
wait
what
a minute, time
we
out.
create a bias. We create a bias.
There is a difference.
Content.
There is a difference. Ninja got Sims people aren't going to Ninja because they're looking at him. He looks like the Roadrunner. They're going to him because he has great content.
No.
He has
Okay,
great content.
Okay, wait,
That's what they think because he's good at Fortnite. They go there because he's good at Fortnite.
Everyone
He's
pause.
good.
Pause.
Hold up. Wait, hold on.
Pause for a second. Everyone pause. Okay, watch this. Cause let me break it down for you. If when I'm gonna be a pimp, like a pimp called Slickback. I'm gonna break it down to you from a business point of view.
I was gonna say,
right?
I was gonna say what I'm gonna say.
I'm gonna say what you're gonna say, right? Right now, as we speak, this is a video game channel, right? The asset of this particular stream is this conversation. This is about whatever brand, whatever channel you have an asset that you are providing. That asset is a demand. You know why all these girls get simps? Because it's a demand. They didn't come in and say, no one comes into a market and say, I'm just going to put this out and let's see if it works. If the demand, you supply it. Dudes want to see TNA. Don't complain about the girls providing the TNA. You complain
I'm not
about
complaining about that.
But then
I'm not complaining about Sims. What I'm saying is that sitting there and telling people, like I said, telling your audience that simping is king-ish when they're already self-conscious about their body and worshiping women online. This is what's being said here. This is very particular. Worshiping women online, that women should be worshipped online and they should be simped out or worshipped online because that's what women deserve online.
That's
so not because they're providing content for you, but just worshipped online for what?
But you know what?
It's entertainment. It's godlike. It's godlike entertainment.
Yo,
you should go there for the content. You should go there for
let me see something really rare.
That is the content.
I was gonna say that. That's what I was gonna say. For
worshiping online is the content.
No. Hold up. She is the content, not the other stuff. She's the content for the guys. And what I was going to say, number one, let's keep it really real 100%. If those men are going to her to know what a king is, to know what a man is, that is something wrong with them, not her.
She's just gaming them. She's gaming them. You can't get mad that she's gaming them.
And I don't have a problem with these idiots falling tripped. I'm saying that as a female content, these female content creators, they know they're going to get these anyway. That doesn't mean you should knowingly take advantage of their frail jabroni mindset. Most female content creators
are grown men.
Obviously there's something to them. You know that, and you're taking advantage of it.
Here's where you're going to disagree with me. She's clearly taking advantage of that mindset. Agile man. Remember what the Joker said in Dark Knight when he broke the tool stick? She's looking for aggressive expansion. You cannot get mad at her for being an entrepreneur and say, I'm going to take advantage of these simps. You cannot get mad because guess what? Guys do it too. We just do it in a different format. Elitist players, Call of Duty players, PUBG players, Fortnite players, every type of pro gamer, what they do, they look at everybody else as some casual gamer and worship me because I'm a god in the game. Donate to me because I'm a god in the game. Be like me because I'm a god in the game. If you guys want to follow me, and they get their whole fan base to do it, and guess what? People do it. So the girls have to compete against that. The girls don't have the skills to compete against these guys at the level of Fortnite. Not saying that they can't get the skills. I'm just saying what is right now. They don't have the skills, and they have to compete in that market.
Listen, and I know that. I'm really well aware of that. I don't have a problem with Alinity or with any other girl that's super popular content creator girl using their assets to get people to donate to them, to get people to watch them. That's not the problem I have. I have a problem because none of them, and I've watched these girls, none of them, and I mean zero, almost pretty much zero of the most popular ones, sit there and say that simping and worship, you should worship women online because that is king shit. Because all that leads to is an unattainable imagination that you are never, ever, ever going to get with that girl. There is a 0.0000000% chance. And sitting there and saying that you should worship that instead of finding one in real life, you're telling them to worship.
You know why? You know why I disagree?
No,
you know why I
I'm
disagree
sorry.
with
They
that?
need a dose of reality.
No,
There
you know
needs
why?
to be a yin and no.
You know why I
There
disagree
needs to
with
be
that?
a yin and yang.
No,
Trifles,
you know
there
what?
needs to be a yin.
There's a yang to that. You know. Whoa. Time out, guys. What?
Look, let me
I
say
got
something.
disconnected. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I got
Discord.
disconnected.
I want to say something because y'all getting it's starting to sound like Maury up here. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. It's starting to sound like Maury. Look, man, look. Okay, it's a very hard thing to talk about because I can understand what Triforce talking about, and I can definitely understand what OJ's talking about. It creates a precedent and a standard that is not reality on OJ's side. It's like when she said that was king shit, I bust out laughing. I literally bust out laughing.
I was laughing
because I was like, some people are really going to believe that it's king shit, and that's a problem.
No, that's the problem. That's the only problem I have. That's the only problem I have.
Why is it a problem? Why is it a problem? What's the problem?
It's a problem because you got to understand. People are so monkey see, monkey do, dog. It does not matter what it is. They're so monkey see, monkey do. That's why you got so many people buying so much damn toilet paper right now because everybody else is buying toilet paper. But no damn.
Let me, yo, Baron. Let me pose a question to you real fast. Is it a problem for her to say that, or is there a problem that there are a lack of kings really standing up then?
Well,
what's the real issue? Here's the thing.
It's a problem with her saying that.
When you take a popular polarizing figure like that and you say this is how it should be done, then that's what's going to be interpreted to the opposite sex. That's just what you got to do. Just like how Beyonce controls almost every female's minds in America. If Beyonce said this is what your man got to do, guess what? They're going to have to start doing that shit because Beyonce said that.
You know how many people are surfboard in their bathtub?
It gets crazy. It gets crazy.
No. Hit the timeout.
It's no hit no time because that's how influential some of these people got. She's not that influential, but I'm saying that's how influential popular people.
No.
I see it all the time. I see it all the time.
That's facts what Baron said. Straight up.
I'm gonna tell you why.
She created a whole independent women movement.
She didn't create anything.
So
Men allowed it because if a girl comes up to her and says to the left to a dude and he goes to the left, then she's gonna be like, wait, I didn't really mean you to go to the left. I was just saying that because I want to feel like I was in power. And then the guy goes, well, you're not in power. I'm like, if I can't go to the right, I'm just gonna go to the left. Guess why?
So let me ask you guys a question. No, time out. So let me ask you guys a question. Is it okay? Okay, so is it okay for me to steer people and use my influence and steer them in a certain way that I want to steer them, even if it might be a little bit morally incorrect and it's not right?
Hell no.
In order to make money, is it okay for me to do that?
Well, time out. Does it?
Is it okay?
Does it hurt them?
Are you a politician?
No. Does it?
Because you guys are literally saying, despite most.
That's not what we're saying.
No, you guys are saying it's okay for her to say that.
No, that's not where. We're not saying that.
No.
Let me. Those guys allow themselves to get them wrapped in.
Let me see whatever the hell they want.
I'm gonna speak for myself. I have no problem with them saying that. I have no problem them morally misleading these idiots. It is entertainment. If they want to send her a $5,000 check because she says, send me $5,000 and then book my flight to California and I'll come and date you, and they think they can get whatever, then it's.
I don't have a problem with that because that means if she said that, hey, I'm gonna come and date you, and for $5,000, and they're dumb enough to pay that, or if they want to pay, that's fine. You're paying for services. Don't have a problem with that. The issue that like I said, the issue that I have is her implied definition was simping and acting this certain way is okay, and that is the king way to do things. When we have these noodle armed people that are sitting at their computer desk, not going out to the gym, eating like trash, can't get any women, and then somebody online says, oh, well, this is what you do. This is how you become great. This is how you become a king. This is how you do it, by doing this. That is clear manipulation and deception, and there needs to be somebody saying something.
No, you know why it's not deception?
Somebody saying something.
The reason why it's not
deception. She
killed
all the illusion. She pulled the whole curtain down.
No, she didn't. In fact, I'm glad she said it because she's maintaining this false world. They need to maintain this false world in order for it to keep running. People come. You guys watch Code Geass, right? Remember how the resistance was saying, Lelouch, lie to me. If Lelouch did not lie to them, war over. They need the lie to keep running. These people come on stream, Twitch, and YouTube because they want to come to a lie. There are real content creators that talk about real things, do real things, have projects that affect the world positively, and people do not support them. You know why? No one is here for the realness. They're here for the false illusion. People want to be entertained. Are you not entertained?
And the thing about
that's
it is
to a certain extent, though.
Yeah, it says you can still entertain without saying that dumbass shit. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, you can still entertain. Did you see her shirt? It freaking started at her belly button. You can still entertain and get people what they want without saying that nonsense.
OJ, are you more concerned with her speaking falsehood than the fact that? What's more of the problem? What he's saying, because she's saying that's kings.
It is.
That's king.
If you pay her, you can become king for a certain short period of time.
she didn't, and to be fair, she didn't say that. To be exactly fair, she didn't say. She just said that. She said
in
that.
General.
She said in general. So simping is king.
She was generalizing it
because you should worship women online. Women should be worshipped, and there's nothing wrong with doing that. So worshiping women online is something that you should be doing.
I have a question. I'm not even going to make a statement. I have a question. Before she said that, weren't these guys worshiping the women online anyway?
Well, that's what see. This is the thing. This is the thing. The thing about this is that it's clearly deceptive on her end when she knows good and well what she's saying is. If you know good and well what you're saying is nonsense, because what she's saying is nonsense. Now, if it comes, it comes. But to sit there and feed into it and to
devil's advocate.
That's the problem that I have.
Devil's advocate. Since men have been simping and feeling themselves to be kings, before she said that, it is very possible that she has seen this with her own eyes and she has come to believe this.
And she is making her own observations on what she has seen.
And so she's just following through with it.
And like I said, there needs to be a yin and a yang stuff. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of bad things in this. And if nobody stood up, and there's a lot of people that are, yes, they can make money off of it. Yes, she can get her bag. Nobody's trying to stop her from doing that. She's going to get her bag regardless because people are going to go there and be simps. That's fine. I have no problem with that. Simps is entertainment, like you guys were saying. The issue that I have is, like I said, she's not doing women gamers.
Oh, wait,
she's really not.
Well, but no. Now, I'm glad you brought up women gamers, right? Because there's a difference between ethos and female gamers. It's a big difference. Mm-hmm. One's playing games, the other one is starting. There's a huge difference.
I have no problem with either one of them. What I'm saying is that she's not doing any of them. She's not doing any of them a favor by sitting there and saying worship and idolize me and all that. That's not true. No, I personally feel based off of the women gamers that I have spoken to, the ones that idolize and worship them online, that has led. Yes, it can lead to money and that's great and all that, but it can also lead to lots of other problems. Well, I just don't look. We had Christina Grimmie or whatever her name is. There was a guy that idolized and worshipped her and went there online and went there and did that to her. You know what I'm saying? How she died. I just don't think that it's a good idea. Go there for their content, like their content. The TNA or whatever is the byproduct. Yes, that's great. But go there if you want to hear them talk. Go there to hear them talk. Go there to understand them. Treat them more than just look at this hot woman right here. Treat them more than just the. No, I'm just saying that, treat them more than just that.
No,
hold up, wait.
Billy the Yeet Master just wants to flex money on them. He doesn't see. This is the problem. He doesn't. Yeah, Billy the Yeet Master. It's a Gundam reference. But the point I'm trying to make is, listen. You know who does women in gaming the greatest disservice? It's not the ethos. It's men. We talk so. I'm gonna show you how much of hypocrites we guys are. We talk so much about if they would just play video games and stop trying to use their assets and blah blah blah. How many of those girls get any burn? How many?
Good point.
How many of those girls get? Where are all the top gamers, men who coming in on these girls who are actually playing video games? Those girls get no burn. You know why? Because that's not what's in demand.
No, those women. No, wait, hold up. Time out. I think that there's some. What you're saying is true, but what you're saying is also there's some other stuff. Listen, Miss Click's doing very well. She was just at an expo.
Gamers that don't have the assets to do what
The
other
other-
female gamers are doing to manipulate. Others.
There's a Twitch ad that I saw.
Worth mentioning.
Well, there was a Twitch ad that I saw from one gamer girl where she has 10,000 subs and she's not that type of girl. You know what I'm saying? Like you can look at her and tell she's not that. She's not, her shirt's not all like that. Which is fine. I don't have a problem with either way. I'm a fan of it. I'm a fan of either way. The thing about it is that there's a lot of women, even though that show some skin and all, that's fine too. I actually have no problem with that. That's great. I want to see them using whatever they've God given whatever to be successful. I like that. Like I said, the only issue that I have is just what she said in particular. I don't think that helps. I think that creates a guys are like, oh heck yeah, now I'm even gonna double down on this. Yes, there's already gonna be jabronis, like you said, Triforce. You're right about that. There's always gonna be that. But why are you sitting there and egging it on, encouraging it? That's like me saying, okay, well, since there's already going to be violence, let me go ahead and encourage
no, because
you know what I'm saying? Like, is that right too? Just because there's already something
this is
negative?
One, and this is gonna. I don't know if this is gonna come off kind of misogynistic or whatever. They're men, or at least they're males. And because I'm a man, I have no sympathy for these guys getting cocked, simped, or any of this other stuff. When I see another man set himself up for failure, and you're looking at him like, that's really not manly, and if something happens to them, you know what I do? I laugh. Because it's funny. Because it's a man. This is not like a child, right? And this is not like a damsel in distress. It's a dude getting simped. This is hilarious. I like it. It's funny to watch it happen.
But let me ask you a question. You're thinking that everybody has the IQ chart as you do.
No, you don't.
Not everybody.
It's not even about an IQ chart.
You don't need an IQ chart.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. There are definitely people that are more certain things when things are being said because their intelligence level. Not if you guys think
hold on real quick because y'all battling too.
It's not even about intelligence because if you even go back into like where human civilization started, where they weren't even as smart as we are. It's just a presence. It's sort of a presence on how men are raised. Even if you go into like far as we look at ancient like civilizations that are not like as civilized as us, it's like it's not about an IQ level. It's about a level of how men walk. It's about men being hunters, being providers as normal as in their natural state. And in many cases, these dudes being tricked, because that's what they are. They're being tricked. They are not being men. They are being little forms of men, and that's the problem.
And that if they want to be that's fine.
Exactly, that's their privilege,
and I'm okay with that. That's what I'm saying. Like intelligence plays a part into who gets into these brackets and who doesn't.
But some of these guys, they pay. Oh, I'm sorry. You can go because we've been cutting you off. Go on.
Go ahead.
Because y'all killing me right now. Y'all killing me.
This topic is the truth. I'm telling you.
Oh, this side's on both sides. I can see both sides. I'm not disagreeing with any side. I'm not fully 100% on one side. I'm in the middle here. The only thing I think is the issue is that when she said that, you got to understand when, as a man, if you are putting that much effort into something, you start to get comfortable and you start to feel a little bit close to said individual or whatever it is. Yeah. So therefore, when people start getting more comfortable, you start seeing these more incidents start to happen because they think it's okay because, I was already anointed king. So obviously I must be special. You feel what I'm saying? So I understand what OJ is saying, because people get comfortable, then they get too comfortable and stuff starts happening. And as men, once we put a lot of time and effort and definitely money into something, we kind of feel like we have a little bit of ownership. Like,
And whose fault is that? Is that
So-
her fault or ours?
No. That's not her fault. That's just
Okay.
men in general across the board, not just the simps. That's men in general across the board. So you can't tell me no man feels that way. That okay, this is mine, and we kind of get off of that. So don't act like none of y'all really take pride in that. As like, okay, I worked to holler at this girl. This is my girl. I feel like I have a little bit of not literal ownership, but I worked for this.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
And there's other guys who want to compete, and they compete by money. So that's your
And
girl.
that's-
If
And
you drop
that's
a-
what I'm saying. It's just
That's
that,
fine if they want to.
and when they do that, I think it just sets it puts it in a dangerous area, because now they feel comfortable, like they can do certain
exactly,
things.
it puts them in a dangerous area. And like
You know
I
what I
said,
mean? So
the mind is.
That's the only thing.
You guys all know this. The mind is.
So the problem,
complex.
I guess the problem is we need to cultivate more issues of more men being present to really, what's the word I'm looking for? Mentor and coach. There needs to be more mentorship.
I think that there needs to be. Obviously, the problem here is men. I think we can all agree.
Yeah, we all agree the problem is men.
The problem
We all
here is
agree on
men.
that.
But the thing about this, the issue that I think that we should have is, I also, female content creators and stuff like that, and just with like everything, like, you should go there for their content too. There should be something, so you don't have this possessive ownership of these female content creators. Go there for
OJ,
something.
do me a favor, man.
Go there for something outside of
Go
their
outside.
body. Go there
Yeah,
for
go
something.
outside. Yeah.
Now you're asking them. Now you're
OJ,
asking
do
them
me a
to.
favor.
Now you're asking them
Do me a
to.
favor.
Go on.
The
What?
dude in the chat named Birdman, make him a mod, man, because I broke it down to the most simplest compound for us.
It's just, it's the thirst. Like I said, no, it's fine if you're thirsty or whatever the case is. That's fine. Like I said, I just don't think you shouldn't egg on this behavior of worshiping and getting into this craze, because the mind is so complex, dude. Like, psychology, all stuff is known that, like, if you repeated stuff over and over, and if this attractive, amazing, woman sitting there and telling you, oh, you're great, you're king-ish for worshiping me online or worshiping that can have, even on smart people, sometimes even on any, have an adverse effect. You should just say, hey, thank you so much for supporting me. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. We can play some games together or whatever the case is. It should just be
All right.
It shouldn't go into this psychoanalytical of you should be doing this. This brain kind of low-key brainwashing.
You got to
That's
reverse
what I'm trying to say,
polarity, man. We got to reverse polarity on that, man.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I just don't think that should. The problem is men. Yes, the problem is men. Female gamers, most of them are amazing. Female gamers, female content creators, they're all.
You're stating
the men are the issue.
Okay, so the men are the issue. So now I'm glad.
The main issue.
I don't want this to end. I don't want this.
It's a human thing, not just a male thing. But
I don't want the topic to end prematurely. So since we've identified the problem, which is the men, can we talk about the solution? Can we talk about that, please?
Yeah. There is no real solution.
There is
no solution.
There is a solution. There is a solution
because people can do whatever they want. People can do whatever they want, and these simps, they have a voice too. If they want to support this girl, I'm for it. They are allowed to do whatever they want. All I want.
Then what are we disagreeing upon?
The only thing that I'm disagreeing upon is the only thing that I'm disagreeing upon is the manipulation from where it's coming from to sit there and say, yes, this is what you need to do to be king. That's the manipulation on that. And when they know that is false, they're not going to get with that. That is not kingish. That is not healthy for them to find a relationship on their own. Yet that content creator is telling them that.
That's what the chat is wild.
Hold on, OJ, look. The reason why I'm not going to call it a manipulation is because the solution isn't a manipulation either. What she is doing is she's using her influence to create a narrative to balance things out and solve the problem. All you have to do is create a counter influence which balances it. Hold on, OJ. Hear me out for a second.
You said create a narrative.
No.
That's manipulation.
No. Because because streaming content is subjective, there is no manipulation. Your point is you're supposed to influence whatever content you have to create the content. There is a demand for what she's doing. That's why she's successful. That's why what she said brought us so many views. It's the demand. It's hypocrisy to ignore that. The simps do what they do because they like doing it. So she's like, okay, let me play into what the demand wants. So she's playing into it. That's not manipulation. That's being smart. Here's the real issue.
They're arguing with her on it. She was defending it.
No.
It wasn't like that. It wasn't like she was speaking about it freely.
No.
She was literally, people were saying, "Hey, this is a problem." She was like, "No, I think this."
You want to know what's so funny? You know what's so funny? People are arguing against her for something that she's not the first to do it, and she will not be the last. And
No,
currently,
she's not.
currently,
But
right
I've
now,
never heard that before. Have you heard anybody say
It's
being
like-
a weak, feeble-minded person and doing what these people are doing is king? I have
who
never heard anybody.
who said simps are weak, feeble-minded individuals?
A lot of them are.
Now, who said that? Who made that determination? See what's happening here?
Name one content creator in terms of the definition of what people is simps.
I'm
And
a simp
the
to
most severe cases. Who has said that is the king shit? Names.
Triforce is the emperor of simps to his wife. I simp for my wife hard.
Your wife, but I agree with that. To simp to your wife, I said that. I said you should find a real woman. Triforce, you have a beautiful, young, real woman. Real woman. Your woman's real. That's what
here's a difference.
Find real women.
Here's a difference. The difference is
the difference.
That's your wife. Yes, you should simp to your wife.
You can't say creators not creating and just because they have TNA. That's not fair. Listen, you know how this can be beaten? There are so many different ways. One, the guys that are complaining about this chick saying this, we should focus on finding content creator, female gamers, right? That actually are good in the game and they provide content. This is all subjective now, that we think should be on the forefront of Twitch and YouTube, and we should push them, but we don't. The simps are doing their job. They're lifting their queen up. They know the way. They knew the way. They support their queens. But we don't support our queens.
With the knuckles.
We don't support our queens. We need to support our queens.
With the 1-2.
I want to back him on that. You are absolutely right. But you know the problem with that is, even if it was evened out and we did put the good female gamers on a pedestal, and women had that path to be just as big as men gamers, I think a lot of them still wouldn't do it. You know why? Because it will be easier to do it the simple way. Everybody will love it. Trust me, they will love to take the easier than the hard.
Here's why I disagree.
I got a reason to disagree with that.
Right.
Triforce, go ahead.
Right. I'm gonna speak about the average dude. The average dude comes to Twitch and YouTube for Triforce. Listen, because I'm saying this in public on Player Essence's stream. I just want it to be known that Triforce was the one who invented this term. There's a formula. It's called TAG. TAG stands for TA Games. Every man that comes to most men that come to Twitch and YouTube are looking for TAG. It is the complete formula. TNA is missing the G. If we can get girls that can give TNA and the G, they'll destroy any ethos, and it will be absolutely free. It will be no contest. You know why? Because they'll just be ninjas with TNAs. And you can't beat that. There's no way. If there was, okay, watch this. Let's say there was another ninja Fortnite player, but he was in the gym. He had a banging body and was handsome and everything. He dresses up in designer joints and the whole nine out, and he's just to girls. Okay, you know that guy who he did some crime and he went to jail and he became a model.
Jeremy Meeks.
Oh, Jeremy Meeks. Oh,
if Jeremy Meeks came on Twitch and said, "I want to stream playing video games," and he was as good as Ninja, Ninja's dead.
Well, here's the other thing too. Like, so
they would be very to answer that. That would be, it would work. It would definitely work.
It's not going to
but
be
I don't think it's going to eliminate the already existing guys though.
I think it'll be hard for new content creators. Definitely, it'll be hard for them to compete with that.
When I mean dead, I don't mean like they can't thrive anymore or they can't function. I mean they're no longer at the top. So let me rephrase it. They'll be the king. So if
I mean, there's enough room for lots of people. There's tons of people that are successful. So there's enough room.
That's why that's the point that I want. That's the point that I wanted to make. If they push both, why does it be a competition at that point? Yeah. Why can't it just be everybody?
Because there are like I said,
he got it.
There's so many women gamers that we don't hear. Like I said, there's a Twitch commercial where there's a girl that has 10,000 subs, and I've never heard 10,000 subs. Think about that. That's like $30,000 plus a month just by Twitch subs.
Get more people exposed.
That doesn't even count bits and donations and all that. So she's making tons of money, and there's many other girls that do creative stuff on Twitch that have tons of subs. I've seen the ASMR girls that have 6,000, 7,000 subs. I've seen lots. So there's a lot of stuff that we don't even.
People are sleeping on stream and making money off Twitch.
People sleeping.
But now
there's lots of stuff. But I want to get into what Juice Man Vaughn had to say here because he donated $5. Okay. He donated. He said Smash Online needs an easy mode. To be honest, LOL. And then Juice Man Vaughn donated $5, and he says, my problem is that she's essentially lying to the fan base, which is entitled to it, but 90% of women do not like it when men make them their whole world. So I mean, I think that what you're saying is, I mean, it just depends on, I guess, the woman based on her psyche and all that. But yes, like too clingy. I think Lady Gaga broke up with.
OJ, let's just flip it on his head. It doesn't matter how you dress as a guy. You get on stream, and all you do is count money and tell the women talk about how women are important. Talk about how you like women and how you want to treat women while you count their money. And they will at least watch. I don't know about donating, but they're going to watch. You do that a couple of times. Unfortunately, males and females are attracted to different things with regards to mating. So we look for, hey, are you going to be a healthy whatever type situation? It's just programmed in your brain. They're programmed to think, can you provide? So you provide that same fan service and you're doing the exact same that they're doing to us per se. And it'll work. It'll work. I just don't know if they'll actually donate to you.
And
I mean, I don't know.
To what Shadow Fox said, yo, if you're a streamer or if you're a content creator in any sense, you're in the business of customer service whether you like it or not. Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, she's providing a service, and how she decides to sell her products and to sell herself, and those guys are to keep going for it. And if they buy it, they bought it. You didn't buy it, OJ. You refused it. You walked out the store and moved on.
She's doing her thing. She's fine. I have no, like I said, it's a yin and a yang thing, bro.
OJ,
it really is a yin and a yang. There is balance.
Were you a simp in the bald OJ timeline?
Listen. There's a yin and a yang to this. If somebody says something to me that is destructive in terms of overall and doesn't help the people that I think that they're trying to intend to help, we are all allowed to say something to counteract that. I think personally, I look at a lot of the men who worship these, because I've had multiple men come, OJ, we have these discussions. Seen them, people that know these. You guys have seen these men that are dejected. They are like, man, they're not going to hurt anybody, but they are dejected. They worship some of these online women. Not necessarily that they're donating, but it creates a barrier for them actually finding a real woman. You know, because they think this is the standard of beauty. This is what I need to get. I need to worship this online person that I have no shot. Yes, it's on them for being that stupid. I get it, but that doesn't mean there shouldn't be somebody trying to help them and say, no, that's not the right thing. You should maybe do. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, now we get into a parenting issue.
Daddy's missing in there.
That's what content creators are for. We're here to help. Are we not? I mean, yes, we're not their mom and dad.
OJ, hold on, wait a minute. That's not what content creators are here for.
I'm here to help. I'm here to help my village, son.
Creators are here to cut a check. So don't sit up here and try to.
I'm here to help my.
No. I agree with OJ. No, listen.
Teaching people how to shower, how to eat.
I teach people all sorts of stuff because I generally care.
OJ, let me defend you for a second. Do not confuse the byproduct with the cause and goal. OJ's goal is to help his village. That's a
Exactly.
form of wait, hold on. That's a form of work. The end result of his work, the byproduct of his work is the check. He's not here to cut a check. He's here to work, and for working, he gets the check. His job is to help his village. The reason why I want to say that is because a lot of people, they make this kind of like, I don't want that narrative like money is like this root of evil. Everyone's chasing the bag. No, people want to earn. Everyone, well, not everyone. Most people would like to earn their money. And this platform of Twitch and YouTube and streaming is a platform for us to find a way to earn. We provide a content that he does this thing for the Player Essence stream. It has an audience. That audience subscribes to his content, and then they help him. And in return, he does his job and help them. It's important for people to understand that, because what I do, I told people, if someone paid my rent, covered my food, took care of my family, gave me a house, and said, Triforce, we need you to just continue to do what you're doing with Empire Arcadia, helping to build esports in Africa, take care of my people, I wouldn't want to check. That's me. I wouldn't want to check. But we live in a capitalistic world, which unfortunately, you have to earn money, and then you have to use that money to continue to do the work so you can provide for your family and your people. With that said, the reason why these girls have all this influence on these guys with the nonsense that the chick said is because we exacerbate it. Everyone does content on these girls. The ethos who are taking advantage of people, that's all you see. Where are the men to do content on the girls, on the uprise who actually play the games, that are good, that have good things to talk about, that do charities, that help out in their community and all this stuff? Where are they? Why does no one talk about them? You know why no one talk about them? Because I said it in the beginning of the stream. Small minds love to talk about people, and when we talk about people, we don't like to talk about good. We like to talk about drama. Why? It entertains us. This is the problem. So it is up on us. We have a fiduciary duty to our female gamers in the scene who's trying to come into the content creation scene, to give them a platform to promote them and stop
but we do though. I know I do. I know I do. I love
This chat's going wild, yo.
My female content creators that I don't really care, male, female, whatever the case.
Hey, yo, hold up. Let's do a solution right now. How about this? How about live voice? No, hold up. There is right now. How about we just promote
the solution is we go to the next topic because we've been on too long.
Yeah, we're moving on to the
next. Can I and Mr. Gaming, check out their channel.
Thank you. I was gonna say, let's start promoting some people that we do.
Yellow Kazoo.
You guys already know
Destiny
comes on. I'm with Miss Clay on
Mandy Lee. Those are five great creators.
Mandy used to come on
Casual
the podcast.
Gaming.
Can I throw some in? Can I throw some in on my end? All right, so we got the Gaming Diva TV. We got Empress Nile. So we got a few on our end. Anybody else on their end? Come on.
Yo, we got Video Game Her. We got Casual Gamer.
Well, no, you didn't.
She streamed.
No, you didn't. You didn't just say that.
I did.
No, you didn't just say that.
Why not?
What content she create?
She was just streaming just a few days ago.
What kind of content you should create?
She was
that's on the level of what we do. That's what I want to know right now.
First of all,
that's what I want to know.
And you see, that's the problem right there. That's the problem right there.
See,
that's the problem right
there. Right here. We sat up here, we talked about this for 30 damn minutes. We talking about the good female content creators, not the people that just want to jump in every now and again when drama happens. That's not what we talking about.
Do you even, dog? You even follow?
First of all, you need to calm down, man.
You need to calm down.
I know exactly who that is.
You need to calm down.
You need to remember who I am because I know exactly who that is.
Well, she actually, I used to promote her content a lot. When she said that she stopped making content.
No, so she stopped. She stopped because of school. And literally, she started streaming again. She literally started streaming again. Literally.
Okay, so check out the Video Game Her. She streams. I've actually spoke with her many times before. Yes. She's a cool girl. She's cool, and when she did content, her videos were great. I always
she's all right, but I don't think that's a good example right now.
Well, because she's not doing consistent content. Check out the Yellow Kazoo too. She's awesome.
Yellow Kazoo.
Okay, so we're gonna move on to the next topic. Everyone's sitting here saying, "Yo, we've been on this way too long.
Yeah,
So maybe we need, and also we need to wrap it up because it's getting kind of late. Okay, so we're gonna move on to this Nintendo Direct drought / rumors that are coming up. The latest rumors are we'll know by Wednesday if these rumors, because Wednesday or maybe we'll know by Tuesday. Nintendo, or there's a rumor going around Nintendo Direct Indie World Direct is coming on the 18th, so that's next Wednesday, and then a regular Nintendo Direct is coming on the 26th. So that
according to who?
Thursday, according to VentureBeat.
I call BS.
VentureBeat.
BS.
What? When did they say that? Because I must have missed it.
Oh, you didn't see it on VentureBeat?
No,
Yeah,
I
they said
didn't
the
see
other
that.
day.
Yeah, they said it the other day. So we'll know if it's BS or not on Wednesday. We'll know if it's BS or not, or on Tuesday, because there'll be an announcement of the Indie World presentation for the following day, or they might just do it they just might drop it on that. And sometimes
It could be Monday they announce it too, for all we know.
No, they don't announce Indie Worlds that far in advance. They just drop them on that day. They're just there.
Yeah, because didn't we have an Indie World back either January or December?
December. We had an Indie World December. So VC, you think it's BS?
Well, I just think it's BS because we were told that there's be 2 directs in February. We were told there's be 2 directs in January, which we got the Pokemon Direct.
Yeah,
and I think we got something else.
What sources said that though? Who said those?
Yeah,
I don't remember what
Nintendo.
the sources, but either way,
there wasn't really
right.
very.
Every
It was
time
just
they said there was a main direct, and there was
VC,
never a main
you're
direct.
just going off of people that are just random people that are just saying things like on Reset Era or something like that, not actual website. This is what's going to happen.
No, it's not even that. Did Nintendo say it?
Exactly.
That's why I say if Nintendo didn't say it, I'm like, eh.
Exactly, and that's how I see it now. Like at this point, like I'm not gonna believe it until it's literally happening and I'm watching it. Like at this point, like at this point, especially with the whole issue with CV, like it may actually be delayed. But with the whole Lego Mario thing, it says latest Nintendo Direct, which to me made me think that post was meant to be posted on that because the stream was the latest Nintendo Direct, was latest, meaning prior, meaning recently, meaning the week before, the week prior to that one either.
First of all,
possible
these
too.
directs,
The
we know
original
they
Direct was
record.
scrapped. Yeah,
They recorded
the
direct,
original
so
scrapped, that's all.
if they already got a direct ready, it's probably already been recorded. So I don't think CV19 will have anything to do with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just me personally, I at this point it could be a reason now. So it's likely everything's being canceled. But when it comes to the Nintendo Directs, I would love to see a new IP, a brand new IP. If we can get a brand new IP, I would prefer that over seeing.
You know what? You know what I'm gonna say?
Me being my hipster self, but I would love.
What if that new IP isn't good?
Well, we'll find out when we play it.
I always hear people say, I'd love to see a new IP. What if it's not good? What if you don't like it? What if you don't like ARMS? That's a new IP.
I don't
Arms,
like ARMS.
Okay, so then how about you? In my opinion, we should see good games. How about we see? I'm just saying. I think I would like to see good games, not a new IP just for a new IP.
ARMS is a good game. Shout out to
it is a good game. What I'm just saying, I just
not a personal preference.
I'm just saying, like, I want to see a new IP. Okay, so if they show you, what if it sucks?
Well,
listen.
1-2 Switch
was fire.
1-2 Switch was a new IP. That was. I don't think people like that at all.
Look,
Sushi Striker. Nobody bought that game.
That game was $5
That
by
was a
Black
new
Friday.
IP.
That same year,
You know, I'm just saying, like, when people say, I want to see a new IP.
Well, Astral Chain did really well, so.
I know Astral Chain did well.
Look, we just got Astral Chain, so VC, your request for new IP, hell no.
What do you mean?
I want to see the stuff we already talking about. Show me my Bayonetta 3. Show me my Metroid Prime 4. I don't want nothing new right now.
Let's get this Animal Crossing and let's get
this
Animal
Crossing
popping. What's really good? What are we saying? What's the problem with Animal Crossing? Let's talk about it.
Yo, Baron, let's hear this. Let's
do it.
Baron got TV.
Oh, we really gonna go here?
We gonna go.
Yeah,
we going.
Okay, let me just say this, and I'm gonna get this out of the way. Animal Crossing is probably the dumbest shit I've ever seen. You know, I'm just gonna be straight up honest with you because I don't understand why y'all like it. I don't understand the craze for it. I don't understand why y'all. I want to know what emotionally attaches y'all to this game, because usually when it comes to a Nintendo franchise and Nintendo fans, it's some unique gameplay thing that's either revolutionary or not being done somewhere else that really attaches people to these franchises. I don't see what that is in Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing,
because I'm like, it looks boring as
hell.
let
It's
me
like
ask you
the
a
most
question.
boring
Okay.
experience you could ever
Ben.
have. I'd rather play Death Stranding than play
That's
Animal
not
Crossing.
true. That's not
So
true.
it's like,
You know that's not true.
That's not
You
true.
know that's not true.
You want it, Baron.
I'm
know
clipping
I'm
this.
dead- I'm
posting it
dead
when
serious. I'm dead
back on
serious
Twitter
with
in
y'all.
5 days. I'm clipping
You know
this.
that's not true. And second of all, look, I would say this. You ever played like Nintendogs? Remember that blew up?
Mhm.
Right?
I
There
played
was- there was-
Nintendogs and I was done with it in 2 days. I was
Okay,
done.
but there was people that like that. You ever remember Tamaguchi or Tamagotchi or whatever that
yeah,
guy was?
the
People
Gigapets and Tamagotchi.
Gigapets.
Yeah,
And
I
you
remember
know
that.
The Sims? You ever played The Sims?
Yeah, I played The
Okay,
Sims and they got
so
played out.
These type of games, Baron, have been around forever. So I don't know why you sitting here and say this
But
is
here-
not like a battle royale.
Wait,
Baron,
hold on, let me-
everyone's
These
out
games have been
there
around
and-
forever.
No,
What are you
no, bro.
about why
Bro.
people like?
Bro, it's not the same thing because all those things
Yeah, it
you
is.
just listed, they fizzled the hell out very quickly.
Sims
Y'all
is still
are
around.
really
What are you talking about?
No, Sims is not as crazy as it was when it was first out.
But
It
it's
doesn't
still
have- it doesn't
very
have to
popular.
be. It doesn't have to be.
it's
It's
No,
still
it's
very
very
popular.
It just needs to exist.
But the thing, the way y'all act about Animal Crossing, it's like the Messiah has come down to the earth.
Can I?
And it's
tell
like,
you- Can I tell you why?
Wow.
Can I tell you?
This
Can I tell you
This
why?
game is so boring as hell. I don't get it.
hold
I
on.
just,
All
I
right,
want y'all to
you know
explain
how-
it to me.
Let me
You know how
explain.
Okay,
I got
hold on.
5 people in here. I want at
Right?
least 4 different views on
Time
why
out.
y'all love
Let
Fire
Triforce
Emblem.
explain it.
All right, yeah.
Let
Go ahead,
Triforce explain it.
it.
Go ahead,
All right.
Triforce, and then BC, you can go right after.
Yeah.
Actually, because BC looks like he has a short statement. So let BC say your statement
Yeah.
first, and then
It's just
I'll
something short. Yeah, just like how you mentioned Mario, Zelda, and Pikachu's a thing for Pokemon, like they're the 3 big Nintendo titles. Right below that is Fire Emblem, Animal Crossing, and the other one, it's a hit or miss. You could say Xenoblade, you could say Metroid.
It's
It
probably
depends
Metro
right
or Splatoon at this point.
now.
But
Well,
okay.
actually Splatoon right
Why,
there.
why do you like
Actually,
Animal Crossing? I understand how big it. I'm trying to figure out why y'all so attached to it.
Okay.
This is
People
what I want.
like Animal Crossing for the life simulation. You know what I mean? That's what it's about. Having a community together and going through day by day, paying your bells, getting your taxes. It's a life sim. And you're not gonna like it. I know.
now watch
I'm not a
this.
huge fan of life sim stuff either.
Okay, go ahead.
but
Now-
that's
go
what
ahead.
it is.
Now watch.
You got it.
All right,
So,
I
you got it.
want to
Here's
hear the
real
second
life.
opinion.
Here's,
I want to hear the
here's, a,
second.
here's a difference between all his other low tier Sims and Nintendo Sim of life. All right.
Oh, okay.
When I was a kid, I don't know if you, well, OJ, you would know. Most of you guys should know. Y'all all know about Captain N and the Game Master, right? Before there was Second Life, every kid playing video games back in the days always was like, yo, how would it feel to simulate and live your life in an actual video game, right? When Animal
Oh, I love
Crossing
it.
came by, even with their limited connectivity, the purpose of Animal Crossing is a casual community game of interacting in using a game as the medium platform to socially interact. It is literally based on that entire concept. You can have a friend come over to someone can load up. If they're friends with you and they connect online, they can go into your house and they can see your TV there and they see your NES. Oh, we got an NES? What games do he has in it? You can play Punch Out. It's like you're simulating your life in the video games. It's no different from The Sims, but The Sims can't compare to Animal Crossing because Nintendo has its entire IP franchise backing the game. The Sims just does what is in real life, which this is kind of pointless because the purpose of playing a simulator game is to get away from life. Why re-simulate a real life sim?
Well,
Stupid. The point if you wanna simulate something, you simulate something not in real life. That's what makes Animal Crossing great. What makes this Animal Crossing godlike? 1, online connectivity. 8 people in your community. I'm looking at this like, dude, this is godlike. My wife can get her girlfriends and I could be in a village with my waifus playing video games. This is what? Are you kidding me? This is the greatest. You know what Nintendo needs to add to the next Animal Crossing? Anime. Anime. If Nintendo can get anime into Animal Crossing, this game will destroy everything.
Oh my god.
What's going on here?
What is going on right
I'm
now?
explaining.
Anime or TNA? I couldn't.
I'm
hear you.
listening. I'm listening. Keep going.
BC wants TNA.
If they can get both, if Nintendo can make a deal with certain anime, obviously they can't get anything that's over G-rated or whatever. But imagine they can get that and they apply that into Animal Crossing, and now you have everyone. This is what people are gonna do. People are gonna get online. Hey, listen, you have this job, you got to cut down this wood, you have to build this and whatever. I'm going to sleep. You can give people, it's like literally raising a village. Literally, it's just you're simulating it in real life, and you do it with the Nintendo properties. It's the same reason why Nintendo said we're going to make our own fighting party game, which is Smash Brothers. But you know what makes Smash Brothers better than every other fighting game? Even though from a developer standpoint, from developing the game, not the design, the development of the game, from a fighting game standpoint, and trust me, I've gone through a lot of fighting games. The top 2 franchises of the worst development in fighting games. Number 1, the King and God, Marvel versus Capcom. It is the worst developed game. It is so broken. And number 2 is Smash Brothers. Now, don't get me wrong, the games are fun. We know the games are fun, but we're talking about in terms of development. These games are terrible. They're bad. The engines are horrible. Massive exploitations. You can't compare those games to games like Virtua Fighter. You can't compare those games to like games like Soul Calibur or Tekken, Grand Blue Saga, Street Fighter Third Strike. You can't compare
Power
them to
Rangers Battle for the Grid.
Yeah, you can't compare them.
Had to say that.
Because it's it's solid.
The style is solid though. I get it.
No, forget this. No, style is that's in the subject. I'm talking about the development of the game where you can't really make some exploitations and stuff like that, where you have to actually fight in the game. In Smash Brothers, that's why Melee was ranked as the greatest Smash Brothers game ever, because 5 characters exploit the entire roster. You know what that sounds like? Marvel vs. Capcom. Storm, Captain Commando, Captain Commando's only in exist. Cable, oh my God, Magneto, Psylocke. It's just the same 5 guys. That's why the same 5 gods exist. It's Justin Sanford and Yipes. Why? Because they exploit the game. And that's what people like about it. No one wants a balanced fighting game. But the reason why Smash Brothers succeed is because
it's a party fighter.
No, it's the IPs. Nintendo's legacy and lore. You live in the Nintendo universe. And then on top of it, they cross over other universes to come in, like Sonic and Snake and all these other characters. That's why you get it. Yeah, you're living in video land. Literally. That's what Animal Crossing is for Sims.
Nah, I don't see that. I don't see that because it doesn't have the same lore that Smash Brothers has. It's not the same lore.
Are you bugging?
It's not the same lore. It's no way the same.
I'm officially done.
It's not.
I'm done.
There's no way.
I bet you know what Nintendo would do? I bet you they drop raving rabbits. What's that character? Yeah,
oh God.
A rabbit.
It would be. You know what would be godlike? Nintendo. If you're listening to Player
I would
Essence
throw
podcast,
up if they do
Nintendo.
that.
If you're listening to Player Essence podcast, at some point drop Sonic in there, Tails, Knuckles. Which other little puffy, chibi, cute little characters from other games? Drop in the Nintendogs. What if the moment Nintendo decides to, listen, we're gonna cross over all of these characters. No real surreal characters. They all have to be like, if you can have Mario visit NPC style, so that no one can claim Mario or whatever the case may be, and these characters visit Yoshi and all of these stuff, this game would be ridiculous. Oh, hold on. I got cut off.
Fox, let me get your thoughts, because like everyone's been saying you fall asleep, bro. So
Shadow Fox was about to nod off too.
Shadow Fox, what's your thoughts on Animal Crossing?
Yeah,
man, Animal Crossing is what it is, man. You're effectively part of a community in the original GameCube game. So the charm is there because they've figured out a way to do simplistic tasks and then continue to add on to them to expand. I don't know how. I don't know how to explain it, and I don't know how. I can't really. I can't say it's the Sims per se. I win. It's not the same kind of. It's not the same kind of rodeo, really.
No, it's not. It's better.
It's not. I'm not trying to say they're the same like Sims. It's just that the things that you do activity-wise in Animal Crossing, it looks like the most boring shit you can do, and I don't understand why y'all
like it's so weird. Like,
there's no.
Hold up, Amazon. Do you have anything to add to this? Why Animal Crossing? Right?
Nope.
It's the execution.
Okay. So let me tell you guys, because I've done
play one, man.
because I have watched multiple
only played
videos.
GameCube.
Check this out, guys. I've watched multiple. I'm not the biggest Animal Crossing fan either. I played the game one. I played the Wii one. I played them, but I never really got into as much. But let me tell you the reason why, especially this. Animal Crossing is one of those games, is that, like you said, it's like a life type of simulation thing, right?
Yeah.
You can kind of do things. In the original, or in Animal Crossing on the GameCube, you could play NES games and stuff like that. So it was like you play, it's like, hey, you're playing NES games. Hey, there's competitions. There is a flow and there's a pace, especially to this new one. There are competitions, there's goals, there's objectives, there's things you got to do. You have tournaments. It's not just, I'm going to run around and plant trees. That's what you're thinking. But like I said, watch some of my videos on Animal. Watch the top 10 new features. I have a video where I
watched
did
a lot on Animal Crossing.
Well, there was events in Animal Crossing too. They weren't really broadcast like that.
Yeah, but now they are though. But now that they are, and now there's even like terraforming. So it goes into that whole Minecraft aspect. Like, okay, I can build this place exactly the way that I want to build this place. I can invite who I want to, and we all hang out. We can fish. We can collect stuff. We can trade. We can build, and that's the psyche. That's the psyche of people who play these type of games. It's, I'm going to collect this thing to build this thing to get this thing, then trade for this thing, and I'm going to rinse and repeat. And then there's a bunch of new things that I can get. So it's almost like OCD, like some type of order. Like, I've got to do this to get this, and then you just keep on doing it. But then you add in a bunch of people that do that with you. You add in terraforming. You add in all these other elements to it, and it makes it like I said, like a Sims Minecraft, like a Sims Minecraft. And that's what makes it appealing to people. Like I said, I didn't know what it was too, but I educated myself in terms of why people like it.
It's not that I don't know what it is. It still looks boring.
Why
are you bothered by?
But I'm
why are you bothered?
Come
on, hold on. Now we have some hypocrisy.
Y'all are really upset that I'm talking about this game.
We have some hypocrisy.
I can't hear all of y'all at one
One I
time.
played was GameCube.
There's a big hypocrisy in here. Is this about looks or gameplay? Talk to me, B.
No, this is really about gameplay. There's
Then
nothing
what's the problem?
in there.
So
There's
why
nothing,
you
nothing
keep
that I've
saying-
seen
Then why
in
do you keep
Animal
saying?
Crossing.
Why do you keep saying, it's just when I look at it, I got a problem with the look? You literally
No, I
just
said it looks like the most boring. Boring has something to do with interacting.
That's subjective.
It's not really the design. I mean, I think
Okay,
the design is ugly too, but
really?
it's not really the design.
Really? You say based on the look, it looks boring, right? Tetris is a bunch of blocks. That is the most boring image in the universe.
Snap.
The whole concept of Tetris is very different from the concept of Animal.
No,
you know what I mean?
You judge Tetris based on the gameplay, not the block, not the you.
It's not
It's boring.
okay. You
guess what?
literally
You play the
talking
game,
about
you
the
play the
look.
game.
Look,
No.
I'm talking about the look of the activities you're actually doing, not just how you look. I'm talking about the actual activities that you're doing.
I get
That's what I'm talking about.
Animal Crossing
You know what I mean?
looks
In
boring, but it
Tetris,
doesn't play that way.
I know what we're doing because the gameplay shows me exactly what I'm doing. That intrigued me for a while when I first got into gaming. Oh, this is cool. This is like a puzzle type of thing. Now with Animal Crossing, when I see certain things that's going on, I'm like, why would anybody want to do this in a game?
Play and you'll find out.
don't wanna do that.
Execution is
That's
impeccable.
my
That's
thing.
all I can tell you.
Play the
It
game.
looks boring, but it's not.
Play the game and you will find out. That's the best way. When I saw Tetris for my first time in 1989, I was like, what type of is this?
It is not. It's not the fact that Animal Crossing is cartoony. It's the fact that everything that it looks like you're doing is boring. It looks like it's boring, but it's not.
I got an analogy. Hold on, but you know what though? In the same sense, someone could say RPGs look boring because you're watching someone play, but you're not exactly playing it. Someone could say RPGs look boring.
Bruh. RPGs got a lot of gaming elements going on.
But if you're not,
you don't want to pick up Animal Crossing. Like, you want to go build a house. Like you don't want to escape your life at all.
I literally had somebody try to sell me on Animal Crossing because girl picked up a bolting pole and bolted over a damn creek.
I like that.
I'm sitting up here like,
favorite things.
Really? That's what you're gonna tell me I need to buy this game for?
No, I didn't say that's the only thing that you need to buy.
You can just build a bridge.
You buy it. You don't get the construction tools. You don't get the construction tools right away. That's something you got to work up. It's not just that. It's the fact that there's new ways to do things in terms of before have.
From the previous games. I got
it's
you.
all of the aspects combined. It's not going to. Every game's not going to be you punching and kicking somebody. Tetris, like Tetris, is just you with blocks. It's all you do. If people find that entertaining, why the hell wouldn't they find Animal Crossing entertaining?
It's an actual puzzle, but bolting over a small ass creek.
You said it's an actual puzzle, but but hold up.
That's exciting me. No, it's not exciting me. Popping down a tree is not exciting me.
Baron, have you ever played golf before?
Baron,
go ahead.
You ever played golf?
I golf. I hate golf. I played it, yes.
Okay.
I can't play because it's not enough excitement for me. I can't.
But I'm willing to bet you that playing golf is significantly more fun than watching it.
And with friends, it's
boy.
much more fun.
You know what that's like
with Animal Crossing.
That's
You're
like
right. Play with friends.
Playing with friends
is
the game. Playing with friends is what makes Animal Crossing. If you play without friends, then I can completely understand what you're saying. If you play without friends, yes, it is whack. But that's the whole point. It's pushes. This is why this game, to compare the Sims game got nothing on the king.
Sims has multiplayer, but yeah, I see what you're saying.
I'm going to sell 8 million month one. I'm calling it now.
Life simulation type of game where you're doing a bunch of things. Like I said, if this game had objectives, then yeah, it'd be boring. But I think that's how you're looking at it. You're looking at an objectiveless game. Nothing. That's not it. There's objectives within the game. There's objectives in terms.
It's not really about
the Sims economy isn't real either. Like it's.
But I don't understand. Like what I don't understand what
the Sims was. I hated the Sims setup or how they did the economy in the Sims. But
the Sims done evolved, especially in Sims 4 now.
Yeah, I don't left that many generations ago behind. But it's not really just because it's not objective based. It's just that what I'm being shown of what I'm doing is just not engaging to me.
Okay. Look,
and that is the thing.
He has the opinion. At this point, you have your opinion. At this point, you have your opinion.
I understand that's going to upset a lot of Nintendo fans because that's coming from a Nintendo fan's mouth. But I think it's the most boring and shit I ever seen, and I'll never understand why y'all hooked on it.
Look, when
I coming from the god of Nintendo right here. Listen, y'all. Everybody, listen. All the e-thoughts and all the female gamers, if you want money, get Animal Crossing, get your subscriber base, tell the simping action go at 1 million. I am talking, it is a wrap for the dudes. Girls, go out
Chrissy
there.
T can play that game like it's crack.
Well, I'm gonna tell y'all this. There is I'm gonna tell you the percentage. There is an absolute -0% of me playing this game. So everybody in the chat, everybody in this chat needs to calm down because
that's fine, man.
I went back on my word before, and somebody gifted me Pokemon Shield and shit, and guess what? I'm not doing that mistake again.
Can I ask you a question?
Animal Crossing is gonna get much better.
Can I ask you a question? I would like to do an experiment. I would like it when Animal Crossing comes out. If someone gifts you the game, can we get?
I'm not playing it.
Oh wait! Can we get a podcast? Can we get a podcast and the 6 of us play?
I'm
not playing that garbage.
No, give it a shot. Give it a shot.
If we all played it together, you would definitely have fun.
No.
So the
man I wouldn't make it through the first activity. I would not make it through the first activity.
Take the challenge. Take the challenge.
When y'all tell me that I need to go change my clothes and cut down this tree, I'll be done. I will be done. It will be over.
Baron, wait.
I will be logging off.
Yo, Baron, wait.
Challenge.
Yo, Baron, we ain't boys, dog. You gonna run the game with us, man?
I mean, I'll just say this. I mean, Animal Crossing fans have been waiting, years for this, years for Baron. As someone who plays Madden, you should at least give this one a shot. You play that
the audience
every year. It's the same thing. It doesn't change. It's the same. I know, maybe don't fix what's not broken. Okay, I get that. But the amount of attention, love, and care that is put into a game like Animal Crossing far exceeds Madden's. So at least you should at least give it a shot. The developers of Madden are no longer passionate, and I think that is very clear.
They got to get passionate now after what happened 2 days ago.
They're no longer passionate about the series. And the thing about it is that it's this. They had their best year this past year. And dude, was Madden 20 the best game in the franchise?
No.
It wasn't even the best game in the franchise. And
I'm still partial to 2004, 2005.
Me too. I think 2005 is very good. Madden, Ray Lewis on the cover. That one very, 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 because they bounced out the offense, defense, it made just a really good experience.
There's also Madden 08 too.
That's Vince Young?
Yeah, that's the Vince Young one.
The problem with the PS3 version of Madden 08 was really bad. Really, really, really bad.
It was that version, so.
It was
laggy. There was no game. There was a problem with the game tech. Less animations. Yeah. That game got the PS3 version of Madden 08 got it's pretty bad. It's not even 60 frames per second. It's 30, I think, or it lags. It's just not very good. But anyway,
like, look,
we'll give it a shot. We're gonna go ahead and wrap it up here, though, guys. It's getting where are we at on the time? Where are we at on the time?
Yeah,
2:18.
I got roll out.
I got my eyes on another game. I'm gonna go.
Yo,
I'm gonna wait for Doom Eternal to come on the Switch, so I'm not gonna get it on
You're
Xbox.
waiting for it to come to the Switch? I'm just gonna get it on Black Friday for $20 on PS4.
It's definitely $20 on PS4.
I'm not waiting that long to play that game. Too. It's gonna be more important games to play by that time. I'm not waiting that long to play that
honestly,
game.
With the way this year's going,
absolutely not.
You never know. There's not gonna be new systems.
That's what I'm saying. There may not be any.
I ain't worried about a new system. I'm talking about there's gonna be new games to play. So I ain't trying to play that game back.
Okay, so we're gonna go around the horn here, guys. Thank you. Shout outs to the 350, I think 340 something people watching. I appreciate it.
We should have 200 likes. Let's go.
Yeah. Well, I'm a little late for smashing the like button, but it's all good. Hit the like button if you. I'm gonna go around the horn
for that replay. Hit that like button for that replay.
Yeah, that's true. Hit the like for the replays, though, guys. Triforce, where can they find you at, my man?
Well, okay, so I have two channels. Obviously, you guys, YouTube at Empire Arcadia. That's where I upload all my stuff. But I now stream on my wife's channel, which in 7 days I will be with her and the rest of the Valkyries playing Animal Crossing. And you guys can check us. You can check us out on Empress Nile. That's EMPR3SS Nile on YouTube.
And thank you, Triforce, for joining us, man. I want to give you some good advice, because I know that you have your wife and. She's awesome, and I watch your channel. But I think if you really want to, know this king shit, you should definitely worship somebody else on. I think that's the thing that you should do in order to be the king. You know what I'm saying? You should definitely worship somebody else. All right? Triforce, you ain't doing it right, my boy.
Wait, I'm doing it. Wait, what do you mean? Who am I supposed to worship?
Let's not get on that stem topic.
You're not doing it right, my boy. You're not a real woman. Why would you be a real woman? And also Ariel Sorto, thank you for the $10 donation. Says, I love more of the content. It's more than content. It's a great community. Thank you so much, Ariel. I appreciate the $10 donation. But like I said, I don't know what you're doing, man. Having a beautiful young wife, what the hell? What's up with that, dude? Why would you do that? Just worship somebody online. Why not? That's real king shit. All right, hey, Shadow Fox. Shadow Fox, where can they find you at, my man?
Y'all can find me on YouTube, Shadow Fox Souls, and I guess I'll do a live watch me sleep. I guess I can do that. So, do you play games to have fun to impress other people?
I play games to worship other women online. VC, work.
That conversation is the worst.
Well, I don't play games to watch movies like Last of Us. That's for sure.
But do you play it to impress other people?
Oh well, that's for Cuphead and other Sekiro challenging games. I beat Cuphead on expert mode on Xbox and on Switch. But you can find me on youtube.com/VCIPZ. Live streams, gameplay, music, all kinds of stuff. Got a new EP dropping next week. Got 3 videos dropping next week. 8 live streams a week. And follow me on Twitter because a Sony Pony banned me because they were so mad about
you still salty about that. Get over it. Stop crying about that. You got banned.
BC, go outside.
Bro, I go outside all the time. I may not look like it, but I'm outside all the time.
Look like you came out. It looked like you came from outside.
VC, if you worship more women online, you would probably not have been banned right now.
Nah,
you would have not been banned if you had just simply done the right king shit and worship more women.
It's an in-person real life thing for me.
VC. It's not an episode that goes by if I don't do this. Right.
You didn't even do anything and you got
I deserve it now. Nah, I don't.
Oh man.
Abaddon, where can they find you at? Where can they find you at?
Yo, y'all can find me on YouTube.com and Twitter.com at Avedon Smith for live streams and the Chillcast. And also, you can find me for interviews and just about music discussions, YouTube content, creative discussions, just about life and stuff sometimes at Beats for Breakfast, where we talk about a whole bunch of stuff. I really can't wait for you guys to see more episodes. We got a lot coming up, so you guys stay tuned for that. And that's all.
And Evan, if I'm not correct, you also have a wife and kids, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, you ain't on that king shit, brony. Anyway, Baron, where can they find you at, my man? Baron, where can they find you?
Y'all can find me, for the next few days, trashing this Animal Crossing garbage, but y'all can also
find the game first. Like I played the GameCube version like years ago, but like I haven't played a single one since.
Listen, I played the GameCube one before. Trust me.
Sure. Okay. All right.
But yeah, man, y'all can find me on that Twitter. You know what I mean? Find me on that Twitter if you haven't. Go check out that
AEW legend right here.
Go ahead and check out my ether that I put out for AEW. You know what I mean? Go support that. You know what I mean?
Yes, go support that.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
You might want to even worship it if you want.
I'll put the link in the chat right now for you. You are being so petty with this. But I did put the link in the chat if y'all want to go check out that ether I put out. You know what I mean? That's some good stuff. But yeah, I don't think my view on Animal Crossing is going to change. Don't be shocked if you see your Emperor playing Bleeding Edge and not Animal Crossing.
Listen, if I catch listen, hold on. Yo, OJ, what episode is this?
89.
89. Yo, mark it. Episode 89 because Barron swore he stood on that hill and swore that he was not going to play Pokemon. He stood on that hill.
He said tonight that he'd play Death Stranding over Animal Crossing, and that's confirmed. That's confirmed.
You can confirm. Listen. When the Pokemon situation happened, I said I need to see some few things happen before I played that game. It did not happen. Somebody gifted me the game, and guess what? Out of OJ and Avedon bitching, OJ and Avedon bitch for so damn long that I actually played the damn game, and everything that we was talking about got confirmed, and nobody wanted to talk about it.
Hey, hold on. So what if we gifted you Animal Crossing? We said, yo, let's all play Animal Crossing.
I already told you. Fool me once, that's okay. You're not getting me a second time. So you used your once foolery on Pokemon. It ain't happening again. That was it. Once time
a year. Enough. You gotta do it once a year, man.
Once a year, my ass. No.
Just out of curiosity, anybody here go tonight, or are you all going to sleep tonight right after this?
I'm editing.
I have to wake up in 6 hours, so
I'm definitely going to bed.
Okay. I'm editing. But I may come around if I can get some editing done.
Because I'm gonna be streaming for the night. I'll be talking with my community about boxing. So.
Okay. Link your channel. Okay, so if you guys want to check out Triforce's channel, let me link it real quick.
Oh no, don't DMs. Use that link because that's where I stream. Arcadia is only uploads now. I stream only on my wife's channel with her and her waifu. So it's all girls.
Okay.
I'm out here trying to support the movement.
Did you send me a DM can you send me a DM on Twitter?
On Twitter, yeah, I got you right now.
So I will link that. So if you guys want to check out Triforce, he's streaming with his real wife, that's actually real.
He's
married to. That's real. That provides for him and helps him and gives him what men need. That's real that you can actually touch. You know what I'm saying?
You know why I'm not a simp.
No, his wife that's actually real.
I support
that's just real. I'm just saying, like it's a real wife. I mean, who would want one of those though? I mean, who needs that? Who needs one of those? What are those?
I'm happy.
What are those? Wives? Who needs those? That's not king shit. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. I really do. Here's the link for that. And I will see you guys tomorrow. We're gonna have more streaming Super Smash Brothers tomorrow. Getting ready for Animal Crossing, all that good stuff. So thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys for the next one. Bye.
Bleeding Edge gang.
Bleeding Edge looks like a degenerate version of Overwatch. That's what it looks like. A degenerate Like it has like some type of disease or something like that. That's what it looks. Anyway, bye guys.
All right.
Oh man,
This was
amazing stream.
This
That
was
was an
fun.
incredible.
This was a lot of fun.
So petty with that stupid boomer girl, dude. I don't give a damn about what she said, but I was being petty.
You have a legitimate gripe. It's a legitimate gripe.
I really wish Destiny could have been on because she has that king of sim audiences.
So
She was trying to talk in the chat.
Yeah.
Why didn't you?
She was cleaning.
Oh, why don't you bring her on? You know what you should do? You should have a stream with just girls. Real talk. Just invite a bunch of girls.
I agree with that.
OJ and a bunch of girls.
Like you should get Miss Click, Destiny, Mandy.
I can't get those. I
Yes,
can't
you
get
can.
those three in a, no.
Oh no!
Oh, they got the problems?
No, you got it.
Oh no! Never mind.
You gotta tell them all about it separately.
Just get
the calls.
There's some anime lore with those three.
Yeah, never mind. Never mind.
I don't want to get those three because it's gonna be like you ever watch those cartoons where it's like the old cartoons like where there's like a bunch of fighting and then like
I forgot all about that. Never mind.
There's some lore with those three. So I mean,
I forgot all about the Destiny
passive aggressiveness from Click to Destiny and from Mandy to Destiny.
All three of them?
Yeah. No, just basically Click and Mandy passive aggressiveness towards Destiny. Not back, but just one way. Destiny's just kind of like, Wow. Destiny's chill.
I didn't know about Miss Click having a problem with.
She doesn't really have a really big problem. She doesn't have a big problem. Just a little bit of.
I don't think any
Mandy,
of them have a
though,
problem.
oh my god,
I don't think any of them have a
big problem with Destiny.
Exactly. This is true. come out right in public and just do it. Mm. But you know something? You know something though? I'm I'm glad. But guess what? But guess what? It's a good thing she did it. You know why? Because if she didn't do it, it wouldn't have caused a conversation, and the simps would not learn from it. So the fact she remember how much time we before she said it, we guys have been telling the simps, come on guys, don't do that, and they're like, no, why? And when we tell them why, they go, nah, you whatever what, and then they hear it from the horse's mouth. So their entire world has been destroyed. Now they have learned. 130,000 simps left her. Good. She did Jesus work. She did Jesus work. Oh, in terms of like who she is? Oh, that that's everybody likes anything. Everybody likes anything that's round and bouncy. That's why we like. That's why we like TNA. Round face, round boobs, and then for the other ones who want to get real extra, they get up and say, "Oh, hold on, guys, I gotta go get something from the kitchen." And you go, interesting. And that, well, the thing is, my major issue with the girls that do that, I really dislike the obvious. It's so corny. Like to sell to a man, you got to make it look like it's natural. Come on, we know you're using your assets to get over on us. That's fine, but be a little bit more professional with selling your illusion. Don't, and this is what this is what you're saying, OJ. Like, we all know that they're manipulating, but she broke the code. She told the truth, and she should have never said that. And that's why she's getting bodied right now. She should. It was supposed to remain an illusion. The reason why simps exist is because of the illusion, and they don't want to be told it's real. Once you tell them it's real, yeah, she broke the fourth wall. Nobody wanted to see all that. Nobody wanted to see all that. That's why I said. That's why like, of course, you're gonna gain all of her followers back, because she's gonna go back and lie to her simps, and the simps are gonna say, I forgive you. Now get back to your lying. Get to work. And then I I believe I believe that in my opinion, this is what I want to see. This is what I'm doing with my girls. My girls, they don't like the whole ethos and stuff. They want to, but they understand that in this market, if you want to survive in this market, you have to be able to compete against the ethos. So a little bit of TNA, or what I call sex appeal, not sluttiness, sex appeal sells. Yeah, yes. So mm, yeah, that frumpy shit's not gonna work. Like that it, you got it exactly. But you know why? Here's a funny. I'm gonna no, but you know why? You know why she's self-conscious? You you know, sh- but you want to know what the problem is? You know what the problem is? You know what the problem is? No, here's the issue. The reason why big girls like that don't want to show themselves is because of, and I'm going to throw out a keyword here, body shaming. Shout outs to Philly Beats. But anyway, like I was saying, it's the body shaming but the guys the guys out there that like that, I just don't understand it. When it comes to negative things, people are all for pushing it, supporting it, promoting it. But when it comes to positive things, dudes do not. Where are the men to support these girls? Where are the men to support the actual girl gamers? Where are the men to support the actual thick gamers and support them? We don't support them. The e-thoughts are winning because their simp army is better than the men army. And that is the truth, hands down. We are losing to simps. Nah, B, I can't be losing to no simp, B. But then that defeats the purpose. You can't counter her like that. Like, hmm. Yo, I. Mm, mm. On fourth. Mm, on no. Now, I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm glad you mentioned that. Well, not wait. Hold on. I want to tell you guys something. You guys may not know this. You may not know this, but I'm gonna tell you something. A game changer is coming. I got a game changer coming. You may know OJ because I think I told you, but we have an all-girl gaming event happening here in Jamaica. 12 to 15 girls all coming to an island to play video games and enjoy it. So it's all about gaming. That's the whole point. Getting what is it like when a bunch of girls get to game together, live in a house together, and play video games for an entire week. And we're trying to get Asian girls, white girls, black girls, skinny girls, fat girls, thick girls, chubby girls. We're everything. And we're trying to just put them in an environment and say, go. The purpose of doing this is to completely tear down this fake ass wall and get people into liking girls for who they actually are and not the BS that's out there. And the only way this can be done is if the guys, we have to take our platform and our resources and help them. These girls are losing because, look, Twitch and YouTube, they're giving these girls a platform. They're helping. Twitch and YouTube's run by dudes. So, and they're kind of simps because they let it run wild, and they really don't kind of promote the actual girl gamers. Every now and then they'll pick one or two. Yeah, they're token girl gamers, but they make most of their monies from the ethos. And that's just the reality. So there's a battle on multiple fronts. And in order to, someone has to change the paradigm by creating an option for other people to see. If they cannot see the option, they'll believe there is none. And that is why they'll just go, well, if we go, why are you guys simping? Here's a question Simper is going to ask you. So what's the alternative? No. Yeah. Not on Twitch and YouTube. Yeah. No. Uh, well, well, I'm gonna tell you what it is. Like I said, and I'm not trying to beat up my chest or anything. I've been here in Jamaica, right, and there are girls who play video games, right? First of all, they think playing video games means playing Xbox, Nintendo, or PlayStation. They don't think playing phone games is playing video games. And I'm like, playing games is playing games. That's what it is. I'm like, I, but that in Jamaica, these girls think when I tell them, did you know, right, that you can come online and you can play video games. That's why I'm on my wife's stream. I'm streaming on my wife because I'm featuring myself on her platform to get people to take a look at her girls. These girls go to the beach. They play games at the beach. They go to parties. We have a section called bed lounge gaming. The girls just come, they all fit in on the one bed and they just play video games. They play games from 1-2 Switch to Just Dance to Ring Fit to yeah, because it's supposed to get his attention, but that's the whole thing. And these girls are actual gamers, and I'm not. They don't just play these active games. They also play Call of Duty, Mario Kart, Smash Brothers. They play all these games. But the reason why you don't know about it is because it doesn't travel. This is once we break this. Once we break this break through this what do you call it, this barrier, this wall, these e-thoughts are in trouble. Because you see what I just said to you, and you say, oh, what stream is this? That's going to be, the simps are going to say, what, they're going to say the same thing, and then the e-thoughts have to compete. But guess what, they can't, because they don't play games. Yes, and that's how you get rid of the vermin. That's how you get rid of the vermin. Provide another option. But we're not doing a good job of providing another option. So why should the simps leave? I don't blame them for staying with the e-thoughts because the competitor ain't providing some shit for them to leave. My girls, I tell them, listen, girls, you don't have to wear a G-string and whatever, but you do have to look sexy. Not because of me, because of who you're competing against. And if you want to compete against these girls, then you have to listen, you got to get aggressive. So what I tell them is this, right? It's not about what I want them to wear. They have to look sexy within themselves. So they have to put on something they're comfortable with, but it's sexy enough. That's all I ask for them. I'm not going to say, I bought you this, put it on. I go, listen, buy something that you think makes you look sexy, something that you're not, no frumpy sweatpants and this big ass t-shirt. Like, that's not gonna rock. Like, come on. And there are other marketing there are other exactly. So that's kind of stupid, right? The one time they wear spandex, they don't even turn around at all. Even when they get up, they stand up and they back up backwards and then walk backwards. Like, what are you doing? Like, see, that all of that is stupid because they don't understand. They're killing their own market. If they're trying to compete, they don't understand that, like, you're not doing yourself a service. You're killing you, and you can't blame. And then they go, oh, they get angry at the e-thoughts and go, oh, they coming in here taking all our clientele. No, they're not taking all your clientele. That's what the clientele wants. So if you're not going to provide it for them, you can't get mad at them for providing the service to the clients that you won't. This is business, and they're not educated. Hmm. Exactly. Hmm. Yeah, exactly. Well, well, yes. No, n- no, the e thoughts come in with the false confidence, but guess what? The false confidence turns real, and I'm gonna tell you when it turns. I'm gonna tell you when it turns real. When they see that first donation and they go, "Oh shit, this can work." When the check clears and they see it works, then that's when you'll have these girls. There was this one girl was like, I can't believe this. I'm streaming for an entire hour and not one donation. And in my mind, I'm like, whoa, where did this entitlement come from? And that's because and this is some average chick. And I'll call her average chick in the face. I'm like, yo, use a typical. Yeah, use an average chick. Extra right. You're the chick I'm coming out of the bank and I hold the door for. And when you go in, I don't even turn around to check if you have an ass. I just keep walking. Like that's what you are. But their level, their confidence has turned to arrogance. And that arrogance has created this what's the word for this thing? Oh, with this entitlement that they owe this, and then the simps give them the money and feed the entitlement. They feed it until they then start. Then they get out of hand and they say what this chick says. Oh, simps should worship women. All women should be worshipped like king. And then they get so overconfident, so arrogant that they say something stupid, and then bam, 100,000 subscribers gone. And then they get reality checked. They get the chin checked on social media. They get bang right in the chin. I'm like, whoa, 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 watch yourself. Step back a little bit. Stay in your lane. Hmm. I but here's where I'm disagreeing with you, and I'm disagreeing with you on a fundamental part. We enough talk. We don't need people coming out saying shit. We need to do. We got to do. No, we get it. We're not saying you don't do. But you alone ain't enough. We need more men to call. We need a call of duty. The call of duty, B. Hmm. Yeah, just get. Oh no, 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 no! Whoa, that's a whoa, 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 whoa! No, no, no! I'm telling you, I'm telling you as a fact. I'm telling you as a fact. No, 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 no! I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. uh, No, the reason. No, the reason. There's a reason for that. I'm telling you the reason. The reason why those people are. No, they want the. No, uh, uh, because okay, now all right. So watch this. Now watch this. Compare what. Uh, okay, and what is Alinity doing, and how does Alinity look? She. Oh, okay. Yeah. Then she. That's no. That's the case. That's the case. That's the case, and she has to fight against that. She has to fight against that, and you know how these girls fight against that. Here's something girls can do. Women gaming or female gamers can definitely do, which I'm doing with my girls here in Jamaica and also in Africa. I have girls in Africa. Combine them, the combined forces, they can't beat them. You know why? There are more my girls here, you know what they actually do? They actually play games. It's a bunch of girls in a room, literally in a room. You've seen it. So imagine no, the girls are in Jamaica, and when we was in Africa, we was doing it as well. But if Miss Click Chick would find other girl gamers as well, I'm trying to invite. What we was trying to do, we was trying to invite one female content creator from the outside of our group, outside of EMP, to come down here and use this event and promote it out there, and then galvanize all the female gamers in North America and the Twitch scene, and do that. You'll destroy the ethos. We've contacted girls from the Black Girls Gamers. We've contacted several girls. You guys know a girl called Sun Bookish. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we asked her. She was down to come. She was gonna raise the money. We was gonna raise half the money for her, but she's from the UK, and Europe is no, with the coronavirus. So she's done now. She can't come over here anymore. In fact, anyone from Africa, even though Africa doesn't really have it, in order for you to come from Africa to America without special like flights or stuff like, you have to go into Europe. But if you go into Europe, you're banned. You can't come to America. So that's the problem. Yes, but yeah, that's and but that's expensive. That's the problem. That's the expensive part. Going. It, so, but these girls can compete. I'm telling you, like this Saturday, I'm gonna try to have the girls over. Or when you guys get a chance, you can go to the Empress. Well, not you, player, because you already been there. But if you go to Empress Now's channel, with a three, EMPR3SS dot. Well, Nile, no dot, just Empress Nile. And you go there, you look at the all the bed lounge gaming streams in the past. You're gonna see all the girls there, and these are my girls in Jamaica. Can you imagine what the girl gamers can do in America if they did that? The ethos will get bad. This will be landslide. Imagine Pokimane with Miss Click with then. Imagine all the girl gamers that we mentioned on your stream, all in one room playing. Well, I'm just because she's popular. She's popular and she plays games. What? Of course, because she doesn't want to she doesn't want to compete, and that's another problem. The girls are catty, and they're not really here to support each other. They're here for themselves because of the money, which is that's crazy. That's crazy. These female gaming communities don't. Yeah, there are a lot of female podcasts. And the other female podcasters are going to only invite people that do not threaten the established order they're trying to create. Yep, real facts. It's not that they don't play games, they can't compete. They can't compete. I where's Miss Click located? Like which Florida? Oh my God, she's next door. Yo, listen, my man, we tell Miss Click we will fly her down to Jamaica for 1 week to come. We have a TV station that's going to be recording this entire thing and want some MTV Cribs type shit with females gaming. Tell her we will. She doesn't have to pay for no housing, no food, no ground transportation, nothing. If she's in Florida, we got it. We'll bring her. I will personally get her down here, and we're gonna live stream it. We're gonna vlog it. It's gonna go on TV here on TVJ and E Plus TV in Jamaica, and it's also gonna be viewed in Ghana on Kwesi TV. All she needs to listen. May 2nd through May 10th, VVV Valkyries in Valhalla Vacation. That's all she needs to know. If she can make that week happen, we'll hook it up. What? All right. uh, listen, yo, you. If you look, if let me let you guys go. Who wanted to say something to me? Baron. Yeah. Oh, hold on. All right, I got something for y'all to make it easy for y'all don't have to go to no listen, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you a Twitter you go to. I'm gonna show I'm gonna show you a Twitter you go to. Go to this in the go to this, and all of your questions will be answered. All questions will be answered. Just go to that Twitter. I don't care. No, I don't care. Trust me, I don't care. It doesn't make a difference to me. If somebody's gawking at my wife, that means I have selected wisely. That's how I see that. So I don't that doesn't bother me. But yeah, and this is what I'm talking about, because I'm like, and they all exist down. This is normal. You know why they don't get involved? Because they don't know how to. There's no platform set for them. Nobody does anything. Yeah. On Call of Duty Mobile on the phone. Yeah. Mm-hmm. No problem. I'll talk to you guys later. All right then. Peace later. Okay. All right. Where are we at? All right. Sorry guys. Community hall. I'm back. I'm sorry. Wait, time out. Let me put the voice on for you guys now. What they were talking about, they didn't want to be heard, so I had to mute them. That's why you guys only heard me talking, and I tried to just make
Ain't
sure
no big deal.
I was the most person to talk about. Anyway, so we're back, but hopefully, so this girl called Miss, I don't know, the Miss Click. So we're gonna see if you can get her to come. But these guys have to understand, man. They want this to happen. They gotta help. They gotta help out, man. They gotta do their part. I know OJ's doing his part, but other dudes gotta do his part. He can't be the only one.
Right. And that was the thing that I was arguing in chat. You know what I'm saying? They over here, hating on the ones that's capitalizing, because why not? I mean, if they're gonna buy into the foolishness, why the fuck not? But then at the same token, it's like a lot of guys is perpetuating it, and you're not uplifting the other women.
Hmm.
And it was crazy because like a lot of them laugh. Like I sat there and watched them laugh, and I was just like, "You're laughing, but he's fucking telling the truth." So in the end, it's nobody's fault but guys' faults in the end.
You gotta start making that
Because
factory up,
you
girl.
can choose. Look, no matter what the girl's sales pitch is or how she tries to manipulate the situation, at the end of the day, it's your choice to donate or not.
Mm-hmm.
She's not putting, a gun to your head. You're not there.
Putting that ass to that. Let me stop. Go ahead.
That so. Like if she wasn't put the acid to the face, it's whatever. Like, I don't see me personally speaking. I don't see what the problem is. I can't.
Ain't no problem. It's just variety. It's it. You pick what you want, man. That's it.
Dudes need
Support
to
what you want.
diversify the market. B. And see, I need to go on more podcasts like this and start spreading this Valkyrie event. B. We need to get more girls to come down to this event. B. Because yo, man, listen, listen, if we can get these girls, oh, Miss Click, sorry, oh, Miss Click, we need to hit up Miss Click, and like we need to just get her, invite her, because one of the things they were talking about in the room was that why is it that the real female gamers don't support each other, and I was trying to tell them most of them think it's competition. That's another problem. They compete against each other for no reason. Like
it's not, and it's just not even that. It's just the simple fact of finding who's about it and linking up with them to make something pop. It's not really just necessarily the fucking competition. I mean, but I can see how that can be because females are
Girls
females.
like
That's why I
attention,
don't.
man.
That's why I don't get
But
get along with the mass majority of them. But
there's so many
outside
men.
of that,
I'm sorry. Go on. Go on. No, you were talking.
But nah, outside of that, it's just we gotta figure out who's real and who's fake.
I just
That's really the bottom line to it. And then you have those who just in it for themselves and they don't want to uplift anybody else and blah 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 blah. And you can kind of tell because like I mean I get it for the most part. There's a standard like when you stream on YouTube and Twitch, like the mass majority of people they'll say, "Oh, don't advertise." Like, okay.
which makes no sense, but whatever.
Especially if they're like nowhere near as big. Like let's say they have about a few thousand. We're not talking about triple digit thousands. We're talking about 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
Medium base level, in my opinion, is what I would call it. For a female streamer. And I look at that, and then when they're actually live, at best, they might have 100 viewers, maybe,
Mm-hmm.
depending on who they are, what they're doing, blah 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 blah. So,
Well, without people promoting them and informing, people just don't know that these people exist. This is like this is
exactly
literally the science. If you don't know, why would you support someone you don't know? That this is what that comes down to. So if people have to know, and the only way they're gonna know is I told this to C&D, they gotta get platformed. Somebody big gotta put them on. You gotta put them on. So
yep.
someone has. It's either you're big enough to put them on, or you're. I wouldn't say smart because I don't want to make it sound like other people are stupid. Or you just have the right connections to create an infrastructure that can put them on. One of the two. You got to be able to do it. That's why I said the Valkyries, man. Next year is going to be ridiculous. I'm telling you right now. What's going to be set up? What's going to be set up this year is going to be unprecedented. It is literally going to be unprecedented. Like dude's going to be like, yo, they're going to see a whole bunch. See, I sent those guys to the girls' Twitter, to Empress Now's Twitter, and Empress Now's Twitter hubs all of the other Valkyries' Twitter. It's a wrap. It is a wrap. This is why I put those pictures there, because that guy's gonna say, wait, these girls actually play video games? Yes. They're gonna be like, it's gonna be a shock to them because they're gonna be like, first of all, black girls playing video games? That's one. Number two, like these girls are all like ultra sexy and they play. Yeah. How could we never seen them before? Because no one's putting a platform out there for them. Then when you have these girls out here competing, these little e-thought chicks, they can't compete. They're gonna get bodied. And this shit is gonna be absolutely free. They're gonna be sent to where the eviscerated ones is sent. They're gonna be sent back to Chatterbait and all of them because they can't compete here. But the lack of help from the dudes and their own girls who stifle their own sisters is why this is happening. I mean, this shit is not our fault, like you guys in here, but it's the scene's fault. All of these problems, the scene perpetuates the problem. It feeds into the problem itself. Everyone's Okay, did you see what she did? All right, prime example. This girl says we should be worshipped. Women should be worshipped because and guys who worship women are kings. Everyone's making a big deal of that. If everyone took the same effort and energy to make a big deal like that, to make a big deal for Miss Click when she beats a game or does something godlike in a game, the scene would be even. But you know something? Miss Click would do something godlike in a game. None of the female gamers around her, none of her sisters will promote it. None of the dudes will promote it. But then some e-thoughts come on and say some stupid shit or sell their bathwater, and the fucking world loses their mind.
You know, it's funny. She's not even 100% wrong about that. She's about guys should worship girls. I mean, guys and girls should worship each other.
Right.
But who cares?
She really wasn't wrong by saying that statement.
No, she wasn't. I'm glad she said it. I'm glad, whether or not it's true, I'm glad she says it because all she did was reveal to the simps, like, this is what they think of you.
Well, and it's just not that. If you look now let's take like a lot of guys is taking it as a negative, right? Now, when she said it, I perceive that totally different. So let's say, for example, let's say for the example, like the guys who are, donating to her, like she's providing a service, she's making these guys feel good. It's no different from being at an anime convention, right?
Mm-hmm.
And nerdy guys, or normally guys that are socially awkward, that are afraid to talk to girls, that is their gateway to be around girls and talk about common interests because there's something in common there. And it's kind of like what I used to do, which is basically, anybody's around me, I hate to see anybody down. You know what I'm saying? I like to see everybody having a good time and put a smile on their face. So I would go out of my way and I would be like, I'll see a guy, let's say I was playing Dance Central, and I notice he's watching me, he's watching the game, he's moving a little bit, but he's shy, he's afraid, he don't want to get laughed at. So I was like, hey, you want to dance with me? And just by going to that person to interact with them in a positive light, I made him feel good about himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, he might be self-conscious, he probably can't get girls for whatever reason, he might have a disability. And so looking at it from a positive, even if she used that situation as a form of manipulation, she's making these guys feel good. Yep. So in case, they are treating her like a queen because she is treating them like a
king.
What? King.
Whether it's false or not. In fact, they never asked. They're not asking her to validate it. They don't want it. Deep down inside, they know it's bullshit, but that's what they're buying for. They're paying for the illusion.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
They're paying for the fantasy. That's it.
That's what they want.
Those type of
fantasy,
guys,
exactly.
Those type of guys, they've been what's the word for it? They've been rejected so much that they don't even want to go through work. They just want a yes. That's it. They want a yes. They want to see some ass. They want to see some tits. They want to see some girls saying you the man, you the king, and that's it. Point blank. They don't want to go through all the hardships. They already been through all of that.
And then far worse than that, they're paying for it, so they better get it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like whatever. That's why you can't get tight. I was telling Robin before you got it here, like simping been around for a long time. Like think about, I was like simping is just internet fucking sugar daddy, and that's all
But
it is.
every man simps. Some simp for their wives, some simp for the hoes. And there's nothing wrong with it. Like if dudes want to simp for the hoes, let them simp for the hoes. What's the problem? Why is everyone hating? This is the problem. I simp for Sash, and so like I wouldn't simp for a wife. There's many girls out in the sea, and that's you. Fine, don't simp for like you don't do it, but don't tell me what to do. You can't trust her, man. She may be out there. Yeah, I know. Whatever. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you. I didn't ask you for your fucking opinion. Like fuck out of here. Mind your fucking neck. People don't want to stay in a motherfucking lane. I don't think anything she did is wrong. Dudes is sensitive. That's what it is. Dudes is real finiscity, making a big deal. And all they did was give this chick mad attention. That's all they did. They exacerbated the situation. Oh, thanks for feeding into it, stupid. I'm like, they didn't help the situation. It's made it worse. She lost a lot of subs. She'll recover all of that. Once she gets back to her influence game, it's a wrap. It's no different from Fino, whatever the figure name is. Like she's so bathwater. This shit is genius, B. Genius.
Bruh.
Bathwater. Holy fucking smokes. I gotta figure a way out to how we.
Yeah, Sahil said that wasn't genius, nigga. That's genius. Fuck out of here.
Sahil hates anyone that actually has more brain power than he does. So like
But it's not even. See, the thing is, I hate. See, it's very subjective when people say fucking genius. Like, man, you could be a genius. You could be a genius in one department. Like, for example, Music King, he's a genius in Smash. He is a genius in Smash. But I guarantee you, Sahil wouldn't be calling him a genius. He thinks of genius only in one scope, one field, and that's it. Like when it comes to knowledge on a particular thing, or just being knowledgeable.
Oh my god.
You could be a genius in certain different departments. You could be a genius when it comes to Twitch, and just you could be a genius in playing video games. You could be a genius as far as basketball, but he doesn't see it that way. That's why he doesn't see her as being a genius when she fucking is, yo.
Oh my god, Triforce.
What?
Did you see what Stated Average put above Jerion's comment in Discord?
Now the hoes are gonna be like, due to the Cornelia virus, all BJs will be delayed until further notice. Me, due to the delay of BJs, all Cash App money transactions will be delayed till further notice. I stated something's wrong with you, B. Yo, you so stupid.
So stupid.
Yo, wait, they saying the stream is delayed by 5 minutes? How is that even possible? I don't.
Jerion said he did already, so yeah, your stream must be hella delayed.
I don't. Okay, I don't know what to do. What can I do?
Restart the stream.
Restart the stream.
If not, then it's just gonna be 5 minutes behind.
Yeah. Oh, that sucks. That really sucks.
Yo, get that Monopoly or Mario Party or whatever games multiple girls could play at the same time.
Monopoly? Nah, cause I have to find $120 in 7 days because I'm trying to get this Animal Crossing. Real talk, cause my talk is real.
Why are you trying to get Animal Crossing?
Because I know that I maybe only have to give $70 because I think somebody in the Discord said they was gonna get Empress Now Animal Crossing, but I want to play with the girls as well, so I gotta find a way to get $70 as well. So
I don't want to see your ass play that shit, man.
I want to see my ass play that shit because I'm sick and tired of playing these other fucking games. I'm sick and tired.
No, man. I want to see titties, Dad. I just want to see titties on stream.
But it's gonna be titties on stream playing Animal Crossing.
I don't want to see dreads. I don't want to see old man.
Oh, me? No. I'm gonna put the girls in front of the stream. I just take my Switch and go into the corner with it. I don't need to have my Switch docked in. They put their Switch in the dock. I won't be on the screen. It's just the girls on the stream, and I'm in the background playing it. So yeah, y'all have to worry about that. Nobody wants to see. I wouldn't want to see myself there. It just looks corny. It looks like I'm being pretentious, trying to be like the man. I have all these girls. That's why I don't put my. That's why I try. You ever notice any of the beach shoots with the girls? You only see Wayne there. You notice how you never see me? There's a
Mm-hmm.
rare couple of pictures you'll ever see me and the girls, but I always they go come take the pictures, and I don't know. What I can't. If I take a picture with the
Look,
girls,
look, look, look.
I
Guess
s-
what? Guess
I
what?
take away the
You
attraction
when I
that the girls are single.
but guess what though?
What?
When we come down there, we taking a group picture.
No, no, it's
Mm-hmm.
different. It's gonna be so many girls. Me being there, it doesn't mean anything. It's just like 15 girls to like 4 guys. It's literally only 4 guys. What is it? Stated average, Mad Monkey, your husband, and me. And two of them are taken. So it's really just stated average and Mad Monkey and like 13 girls. So like we gotta market this properly, man. It's gotta be put out there. And you know what one of the guys asked me, yo, so any of these girls they single? And I'm like, yeah, they single. And it's like, word? And it's like, I think I'm gonna
Amateur.
subscribe to your wife's stream. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. Oh man, yo, wait till when May comes. It is a wrap, B.
And then this like, hold on. Actually, I gotta find this picture. I was looking for this damn picture because I was about to show Wes. I'm like,
We're trying to get Sahil is trying to cancel Anime North and just
why when
come to
why
Jamaica.
when
And I'm not playing. He literally said it today. He's like, I tried for us. He's like, there's a big maybe that I'm canceling Anime North and just come to Jamaica.
he better not because
No, yeah, everyone may
you know
have.
you know Jagan and them is gonna be all the way upset.
No, Jagan and them may have to cancel too. Anime North may be canceled by Canada because of the coronavirus. Everyone's
Oh
canceling everything. So
yeah,
when
that's right.
Sahil told me this, I told him, don't. If I was them, I wouldn't take the risk. It's March. Cancel now. Move your tickets over. Jamaica will not cancel. It needs the tourism, coronavirus or not. Jamaica's not closing their airports. I'm just letting it be known.
Yeah.
I
Well,
wouldn't take the risk. If I was them, man,
especially how cheap. Yo, oh, that's the other thing, Wes. Guess
Mm.
Wes, you there?
Yeah, right here.
So guess how much if I had the money like right now to do it. Guess how much my round trip to Evo would be
How
from
much?
Texas? $153.
flights is getting
Damn.
ridiculous, B. Flights are becoming
Round
ridiculous.
trip. $153 from Texas
You
to
think they're gonna cancel
Las
Evo though?
Vegas.
Yes, I believe they're
They're
gonna
not.
cancel. No, I believe they're gonna cancel Evo, and I'm gonna tell you why. It's not that they want to cancel Evo. It's that Vegas is gonna close it.
We
They
gotta
don't
wait.
control the venue. They don't control the
Well,
venue.
Mm.
Trump has crippled so much business
here comes the
yesterday
whole
by
computer term.
blocking Boris Johnson was pissed. That nigga was tight. He was extra tight, B, like a real tight jeans tight. Honey, help me out. Help me.
Pimp down.
I gotta push this
Pimp in
out.
distress.
Robin said, "Pimp down, pimp in distress."
A bunch
Actually,
of
hold on.
stuff
I don't
that
think you need to
you
help me.
can,
Where's it?
a bunch of stuff that you were trying to
You
hold on
okay?
though.
You need a stretch?
Hold on. No, no,
Drink
no.
some
I'm trying
Gatorade?
to move the green screen out of the way. Hold on.
Evo might actually get lucky because that shit is in August.
Oh my goodness. I'm
You know what
stupid.
I mean?
Don't pay no attention.
That shit is in July, August. So
Let's see.
they might actually, they might actually,
How did I?
they might actually fall, and just avoid the whole coronavirus cancellation.
But you know we got that cash. You don't even have to Look at my little gum gum. My little gum gum. It's like I blinked and my son went from a newborn to an infant.
Mm-hmm.
Blink. Only two votes. I guess.
Hell, I don't like these cookies. Hold on, let me put this in the kitchen.
And that room.
Oh my
Um. Okay. Where is so?
Okay, here we go. I'm back. All right. I think. What do you think about the NBA being suspended? Whatever. That's how I see it. It's like whatever.
Yeah, those guys are fucking good.
Why do you sound like that, Wes? And I got you loud too, so it's not on my
What?
end.
I said, no, those guys are good.
Boop, 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 doo, 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 doo. PE podcast player. What do you guys thought about the podcast though? How was it?
I didn't hear them.
It was good. My boy Baron triggered me because he don't like. He was, talking mad crap about Animal Crossing. He's
He was
gonna lose all major fan base of women and girls now. Yeah, I felt attacked.
he was reckless. He was reckless for sure. I
I'm
literally
like,
just want to play Animal
it's
Crossing because
it's
I just want a game where I can just sit down and
it's
just play with
it's
people.
literally relax. It's just like it's
Around.
relaxing. You don't have to use a lot of brain power. You can like talk to chat, do a whole bunch of other stuff, and not worry about what I'm saying, dying in the game, this and that and the third. Like it's a good game to have running in the background, playing with the community, playing with your friends, playing
Mm-hmm.
with your homegirls, homeboys, whatever, and being able to engage in conversation. Kind of like how I guess like how you play Tetris.
Mm-hmm.
But see, for you, somebody like see me, I couldn't hold a conversation and play Tetris.
But everybody else can.
But yeah, right.
In this game, everyone else will be able to do it.
Mhm. And it's something. It's about the. It's the music. It's relaxed. You know,
I
the
just want
music will get you.
I want to know which girls is doing what
I want to know how many girls I can have in my stream. So, Robert, you coming to my community? Come on.
I'm definitely playing.
No, I know you're playing. Well, come in my village. Come on. Come to my village, V.
I might have to, because I don't think my husband's gonna play the game with me.
Yeah, tomorrow. Don't play the game. Find something else to play.
Wow.
I want to have you. I want to have you. Tia.
I'm gonna tell him too when he comes to bed.
Sauce. You, Tia, Sauce. Who else has a Anna? We have 8 people can come in. I want it to be me, Jagan. It can only be no more than 3 men. I prefer 2. But me, Jagan, one other dude, and then 5 girls.
Jagan is a must because of his lack thereof of having a Nintendo system.
Well, he has one.
Well, no, I'm talking about like growing up. Like I remember being in his streams and he would talk about, you know, the systems and games that he had and what he had to do up until a certain point. So it'd be interesting to see Jagan play Animal Crossing. I want to get his thoughts on the game. But in Baron's defense, I can see why on his end he would think that it's a crappy game.
Because he doesn't have any social to play with.
But now that this Animal Crossing is the embodiment of all previous Animal Crossings put off into one. Like they took all the elements, they took every single good element from each Animal Crossing game, including pocket count from mobile, and they put it in this game. And I was like, tasty. And then you can actually change, you can actually landscape your land now, bruh. So when you put relaxing music, fun people to engage and interact with, that you're gonna have fun and create shenanigans and do a whole bunch of other foolishness in a game, on top of customizations and, excuse my language, but bitches love customization.
Bitches love customizations. Sounds like
I'm just saying, like. Just saying. And then incorporating Home Designer, because Home Designer was 3DS. Incorporate that into this with Pocket Count and all the previous Animal Crossing games, and like, bruh. I just can't wait. I know I'm gonna be up for a smooth 12 hours when that game launches. If I'm not up for a full 24, I know bare minimum I'll be playing it for 12.
I think I'm gonna try to. Oh man. How can I get this game? Crap.
You gotta reverse simp. You gotta put on a mustard shirt, oil up, and be like, all right, ladies, I'm here. And just hit them with that that smooth jazz DJ voice.
I don't know if that'll work.
Oh my goodness.
7 days from now is what? Wow, that's
Animal Crossing.
Yeah, 7 days from. Oh, today's what? Friday. Today's Friday the 13th. Today is Friday the 13th. Just another day. Jason's coming.
So we playing horror games.
So that means next week Friday the game drops. The game drops on the same day that Dragon Ball drops. That's crazy.
What, anime or?
No, manga. Yeah, it drops on when manga Dragon Ball drops, and Goku's about to fight Moro.
Oh my goodness, this is.
1 second. This game's cheating me. Oh my god. I'm just so mad. Mm. Well, night. I need to go to more podcasts, other people podcasts. It's fun. Oh boy. I do not like that guy.
Who?
The one that Tanaka put in the room.
Let me see.
I think he coons too hard. Using the coronavirus to get out of work. How unoriginal. A coronavirus joke. Want want. Oh man. Alrighty. Good night, folks. Alright, good night, CM. Oh, he was not in the room.
Good night, Zaddy. No, he was in here.
No, but like, I don't think he could hear us. He didn't say, he wasn't in here when he said good night. He just said good night.
His waifu hours. 2 a.m.
Waifu hours.
Speaking of which.
Yeah, I'm gonna get ready to go to sleep myself.
No, but it was a good podcast. A lot of different strong personalities.
Someone
You
said it
know.
was one. Someone said by far it was the best podcast he ever had. So I'm glad that I was a part of that. I'm glad I was a part of that. Like being in the top tier things. Mm-mm. There was a part of the podcast I was petty. Real petty. When I said that, when I was coming up with the body shaming part, and I was like, shout outs to Philly Beats, that was real petty. There was no reason for that. There was
I missed that part.
There was no need for that, but I was just being petty about it.
Oh my god, I missed that. Yeah, I came in like when I started watching when I started watching the podcast, it was like 10:46, so I had missed like 45 minutes of it. I came in right in on when y'all were talking about Last of Us.
I don't see what the big problem is with that game. The game, it is what it is with that game for me. It's an interactive game. We all know this. Like, this is not.
What they didn't like Last of Us?
No, one of them didn't like it. They felt that they put so much into the game in terms of like the interactive part that.
Oh my goodness, was it Baron?
Yeah.
Was it him? Oh my god. See, he's no longer my favorite. Baron.
I think he
messed up.
He just likes a lot of authentic, like original stuff. But I try to tell him, like those days, like as an individual, I get what he's saying, but that's not what's desired in this day and age. So
nope.
Understand that is not what's desired in this day and age.
But if you really do think about it, though, nothing really is 100% authentic anymore. Mass majority of games is blueprinted and cookie cuttered off of pre-existing games, but just refined and repolished.
Pretty much.
It's not really anything. It's not really anything new, unless there is a whole new genre that comes out. In my opinion, that's like the only way I see something being truly original and authentic if there's a new genre introduced.
And that's gonna be rare. Oh wow, we got a subscriber. Who did we get? Mal kills Sass. Okay, that's probably from what's his name? A Play Essence stream. Probably from a stream. Jarion, is Jarion still in here? Wait, Jarion, man. You know, help me look for another podcast to get on. And big shout outs to you for getting me on, suggesting me to go back on what's his name's podcast, because I haven't been on Play Essence podcast in eons.
Since the whole Dead Man, right?
Yeah.
How do you shut down your PC without updating? Number one, what you have to do is go into your settings and basically turn it to manual update. Number one. Because like if you hadn't already done that, then as soon as you shut down your computer, it's gonna automatically update. Is Sasha already asleep?
No, she's over here playing a phone game. I'm about to call it. I'm gonna get this one last win, and I'm gonna call it a night on the stream. I haven't been this active on the stream in like a while. Well, we were off stream for literally a day, so couldn't stream because of the circumstances. But we're back now.
I didn't stream today just simply because it was too hot in this damn house to stream. Like fuck this. Waiting for them to click my AC on.
I don't know what just made Sash break out laughing like that.
I'm like, quit tickling her off stream. Notice what you're doing. Getting her those pre-tickles.
Okay, for some reason it wouldn't allow me to join because of my VPN. Alright, what did you guys need?